B Stew. B Stew with the first. It's probably because it's doing both right now. So it's simultaneously doing portrait and the widescreen, depending on where you found it or what device you might be on. We'll see what happens here. It's an experiment. No bucket is not a Funktuate dark, unfortunately. We are just it's studio and chill. That's what's going on here. Golden Paw, what's going on, buddy? We're just getting into some D&D, I guess. Forgot to do this earlier on. Guys, I am currently in the Discord. You guys chatted with me beforehand. Description. If you guys want to chat with me tonight, join the Discord. Refresh the page and check it out. See what I can do with this DMB stuff. The mic is on the fritz again, guys. I gotta fix the microphone. Let's see here. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's fix this somehow. Excuse me. Okay, there's no fixing that. What other sounds do we have in here? Oh, it's because of my amplitude. Let's try that. Oh, that's sassy. what's going on over here. I like this. Actually, no, I don't. Let's see what we can do differently. Ooh, I could get sassy. Copy, paste, and then we'll have, what's this one doing again? Not a huge fan. Autism musician, what's going on? Welcome to Funktuate Universe. I don't know if the resonant works there. What's going on, man? See what happens there. Thoughts on the new Roland thing? Yes, it's expensive. I'm glad to have a very capable old Roland thing. Thank you. I think it's awesome that analog drums are, like, you know, coming back to some extent. This microphone is breaking. I need to either get the other one involved or replace this one. I like this microphone though. It's very expensive, but like the analog side of it is definitely enticing. You know what I mean? The analog drums, like Roland analog drums. You know what I mean? That just has a very, very, I think sought after sound after all these years. I'm glad that we're not still digging around in like the sample technology, you know what I mean? They kind of went back and were like, hey, you know what? They deserve some analog stuff. So I had a Drum Brute Impact at one point. It was very fun. I loved it. But yeah, like I get a lot of versatility running the TR8S with the Dig Attack 2, those things together, and then you kind of get the Edge involved with a little bit of a rhythmic bounce. You know, why isn't it working? Where's my Edge? Why isn't it doing its thing? The Proton's not even on. What am I even doing here? But yeah, guys, I'm going to try to chat with you guys today. If you guys were here last week, I'm going to try and get some people on. I told Golden Paw that I was going to get you on. So we'll start off with him later on. We'll start it in about 20-ish minutes. We'll see how everything else goes here. You couldn't get anything out of it? I mean, I just don't understand why it's not firing right now. On, that's all on. That's in the right one, yep. My brain is just smooth. That's why. I'm trying to cover Thunderstruck, apparently. It's definitely a unique instrument. What the heck is that? That was Techno at 170, guys. Do we start doing it at 170 now? You get the noise involved, though. lines are going bad. I can't see anything on this. From the Proton modulating the that's cool. Yeah, the Mackie board. Thanks for noticing. Yeah. Patching is an art I have not acquired yet. It's patching is patching. I got a patch bay right here with the cables spilling over the back of the Proton because I don't know where else to put the cables. So that's what's going on. Screaming Strings, what's going on, homie? Guys, if you want to come and chat, you got to join the Discord. So if you guys want to add, come into the server on the Discord, we'll get you chatting and whatnot. Yep, it's the Pro Effects 12 V3. 12 channels. I find it so chintzy, and you know, it's funny when it makes sense. 12 channels, but there's actually only like 8 because 2 of them are stereo. You know what I mean? So each input counts as 1. So it's 12 in, even though there's only 8 channels. Oop. Studio criticisms for me? You're gonna criticize the Funktuate studio? Is that what's going on here? This is all a ruse? I'm just gonna get roasted? You're not DJ Sunset. I love the DJ Sunset lore, how it's penetrating even, like, you guys. It's just like, I thought it was just very localized to me. Christian Doming Awada. That's nice, autism musician. What's on the program for today? Well, if you guys joined last week, we intermittently... like inadvertently kind of started a podcast accidentally. So I think I'm going to try to get some people on, all the cool people that have been contributing to the Funk Day thus far. And then we're going to just get on Discord and chat. I talked to Sono, Nico, and Art last week. They even spun off on their own conversation about gear and all this cool stuff. So yeah, no, it was nice. It was cool. So we're gonna try it out. But guys, don't forget, this is all about music at the end of the day. And don't forget, I'm doing Monday Funk Day 107 this Monday again. Funk Rogan. Yeah, no, I'm not on nearly enough TRT. Or I have too much hair. The algorithm is doing some justice here finally. Thanks, Autism Musician, for sticking around after finding it. Yeah, no, we're cool over here, man. If you want to stick around for some other streams, go check out, if you want to right now or later on, go check out the Monday Funk Day. We did one just this past Monday. Every week. I've been doing it for next week will be 107 weeks. Oh. I got a Discord notification. Is that what that was? Inbox for you. Yeah, I got to get more active in the Discord, so my apologies if... Yeah. Hey, love having you here, bud. Bud. I was going to say man and bud, but it came out as mud. You are not mud, Autism Musician. I promise you. Didn't take... Yeah, I don't know any other quick medium to get people like chatting and whatnot, so I apologize. It's above my pay grade. Brother Brett, how's it going, buddy? It's going all right. We're gonna just get some homies on, talk music, make some music. It's studio and chill, you know. Some nights are themed, like last week was racing, and then it turned into a podcast. See if I can become Funktuate Rogan, like somebody said. I need Jamie here. I need somebody to Google stuff for me. Yo, ChatGPT, pull that up. That sounds very productive, Christian. Updating your stuff there. I need to go in and fix all that kind of stuff. Guys, quick survey here in the chats. Let me know if you're viewing this in horizontal, like traditional, or in vertical view. Because YouTube is trying this thing out, and I can either stream in vertical or widescreen. And apparently the vertical gets into the short feeds and it really pipes it up. So apparently I've been missing out on a ton of viewership, which I am not regretting because I still have you guys and I don't need anything else but the current community and the new people who want to catch this wave and have a ride. Oh, he's driving through Ontario, the longest province in the world. Holy smokes, man. Are you in like the middle of it? Or are you like on the Toronto end? Ottawa? Where are you at? Chat in the comments. Yeah, chat in the comments, homie. Do whatever you got to do. But yeah, Golden Paw, make sure you add the Discord in the description there. Come join the server. I'll add you as a friend. And yeah, we'll start this chatting thing if you're down right now, buddy. This is Funk Radio. Do I know viral beats? Let's do a quick Google on my own Jamie. I'm pulling that up. Viral beats. Are they just a YouTube channel? Oh, this channel is about audio production, software recording, and mixing. Guys, go check out Viral Beats. Looks like they got some good stuff on their channel. The only East Coast beef I know of is Quebec wanting to have their own sovereign province and disconnect from everything, and then Alberta's so high and mighty where I'm from, and we got the oil money, you know, all that, you know, so yeah, we can have our own little economy over here. They're just like weighing out and talking about the economics, you know what I mean? No problem. No problem. Whenever you are added up, we'll start the call, buddy. Let's oh my god. What's going on there? Let's get it back into the break. Let me see here. Mr. Golden Paw. I'm still such a boomer when it comes to this Discord stuff. Let me see here. Welcome and rules. One event. No, sir. Unread mentions. Nope. Let's just go into the live chat one. I know it's private, but can I invite you? Create invite. Let me see here. Upload a file. No. I'm in there. Which did you do the Funktuate Discord, or are you in the Steezy Wonder one? Because you got to be in the Funktuate one. I started the new one. The new Discord. Autism Musician. We'll check it out. We'll check it out. What you got going on over there? Oh, is that a thingy? How do I see the members? This is general. Oh, Golden Paw. There you are, buddy. Let me add you there. Let me also make sure that we've got the audio coming through on our application audio capture. And we'll go Chrome. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, this should work. Okay, I'm going to call you, Golden Paw. Well.
What up, bro?
Oh, you know, just streaming.
Oh, hold up a second. Where is it? Hold on.
What are you looking for?
Hello?
Hello. Is it working?
Not getting audio?
No? Oh.
What is up?
Input device. Wait.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? No.
Can you hear me?
It's not you, it's me.
Hello? Is it working? Not getting audio? No.
It wouldn't be the delay. He's not listening to me through YouTube. We're trying to get on the same Discord call. But for some reason it's not seeing.
It's not you, it's me.
What is going on here?
That's so
Voice
weird.
and video. Yeah, it's tripping me out, man.
Why can't I hear you guys?
Why do I laugh like that?
It's not you, it's me. What is going
on? What the hell? Oh my goodness. I don't know what's happening right now. I honestly do not know what's happening. Dude, okay, can you... What? Why can't I select my mic in here? Default. Line in, dig attack. No. No, yeah, that's the main out. Select input. I thought I had this all figured out. I'm so sorry. This is great streaming content. Sound. No, I need input, man. Jesus. Jeez. Okay, you know what? You can, yeah, I know you, because I had that on at least through the other channel on OBS. My goodness. You know what? I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way through the old trusty here. Let me see, where are you at, Golden Paul? I'm just gonna call you on the other one. Sorry to be so confusing here. Let's see. Where are you? This is off to a great start. I love it. Where are you? I know, yeah, voice channel. Let me figure something out here. I need to... Thanks, Autism Musician. Did you add that one? Go add that one real quick. I'll get this more solidified for the next one, depending on how it goes here. This is hilarious. Too funny. Autism Musician, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm trying to not get too doxy. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, and I would love to chat with you, but the number I do not want, unfortunately. But again, there's other ways that we can at least chat and get in contact. I'm gonna figure this out a little bit more, but I want to do this for the homies who have been here since day one. I know Golden Paw's a homie. What's docs? Docs means like get your personal information out there. You know what I mean? It's kind of an extreme example for this case, but like if somebody were to take my address and post it and everybody knew where I lived, that would be doxing. I got doxed. Gosh darn it. Let me... This is a disaster. How do I... This is crazy. Okay, you know what? Let me make this a little bit easier on my end here. Okay, Golden Paw. I'm gonna try this one more time. Let's see. Check, check. Check, check. Holy smokes, is it working? Hello? Oh, it's working now. All right. Okay, perfect. Say something again.
Nice.
Can everybody hear
I'll
Golden
hear.
Paw? Class. Yo, autism music. That's good. We could check out Google Voice or Zoom or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get the Discord community going. So that was Synth Samurai. Oh, you talked to Synth Samurai. Is he good at shopping? All right, Golden Paw, what's going on? What's new, buddy?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just been putting as much time as I can into the Tonwerk.
Yes, you are a new proud owner of a Tonwerk, and I think you're a pretty early adopter of it. So it's going to be interesting.
One of the few and the brave.
Well, it's nice because you get to experience all of these bugs, and then you have something to be grateful for when they release these updates and all that. It's just like those people who get the Tonwerk with those updates are going to be like, you don't know what I had to go through, the forums I had to suggest all these fixes, and it's only easy because of me. That's going to be you.
I mean, I've been through this experience before on a lower level when the 404 MK2 came out. That I think I was on that since like version 1.6. And so when it first started, there was already a ton of functionality that was great, but there were a ton of bugs, and I grew with the machine. And now I just know it like the back of my hand. Like, so I'm kind of having that similar experience. I'm trying to do things with the machine that people act like you can't do. There's no traditional slicing or time stretch, but I'm still making it work. Slicing by basically start point, which is something that's dope that, every Elektron machine will let you do. Even a Digitact, you just parameter lock each trig to any point that you want in the audio. And you actually, because it's not perfect, you get these tiny little offsets that can create natural swing. Like, it's cool. The extra work ends up paying off in the end. And they created a crossfade function. So as you jump from one start point to the next, you don't end up getting pops and clicks.
That's pretty smart. I mean, that
right?
feature, because I was literally about to just bring up a sample here and kind of show off what you're talking about. Because, I did that exactly with the original Digitact. You just adjust your start time. You might shift it up and down with the key or like the transpose or whatever. And then you're able to kind of match more of the groove of your BPM. And then you can kind of go from there. But yeah, I like what you added there. You can kind of get that weird syncopation by not having it like on a grid per se. And catching those like weird, flammy sort of like breaks and whatnot. But you get a side chain behind it. That all meshes together nicely too.
Super nice. You get the side chain duck in the kick a little bit, and then layer a kick on top of it. I mean, I love jungle. I've had a passion for chopping breaks for years now. Like, it's just fun for me. So I've done it like every possible way you can think of. I learned all the 90s techniques, and so far out of everything, it's just mono, obviously the breaks in mono, and long chops. Just get the break, like at least the kicks and snares on the downbeats, but make sure that the shuffles and everything all have the natural swing, and just cue the downbeats and, do repeats and rolls and stuff to do those jungle effects. But yeah, it's fun. I have to attribute it to this guy. He calls himself Small-Minded Vandal. He was the one, him and Basic kind of revolutionized that whole like start point technique for jungle music, at least. But the lo-fi community has been using Digitacts to make beats forever now. So many people swear by those.
I've been noticing that sound too. Yeah, I don't know, the bit crush and the what's it called? The
sample rate reduction.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That adds just a ton of flavor. Like when I'm kind of in a stagnant kind of beat and I don't know what to do, add a little bit of that bit rate reduction and
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit of that sample rate reduction.
Oh yeah,
It's
especially
literally
on
seasoning,
synths.
yeah.
Yeah, drums will give you the extra punch.
I can't do that though. I don't have the ability to throw my synths through a sample rate reduction, but I'm sure on the Tonverk you can.
Yeah, I mean, but you're working, it's it's still you're dealing with samples still, even if it's like an auto sample or pitching up and down. That's like that was something that I was glad to see show up in Digitone 2.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely enough, you can still do sample rate reduction and bit rate reduction in Digitone 2. That was something else. Because I always felt like I'd have to go for a sampler to do that because it only makes sense. But it does make a huge difference in the end, for sure. I think it does.
So yeah, with all of those like workarounds that we saw in the Dig Attack 1, would you say that like that's kind of intentional because they still need like a place in the market for the Dig Attack 2? Because that was just such a big wave of its own from the Dig Attack family, and then now
Right.
the Tonverk. They're carving out a different sort of, because I think the main focus of the Tonverk is just the routing and the processing side of it.
And the effects. The effects are something that like are just outstanding. They're like updated effects that rival like plugins that you would use in the DAW. Like I couldn't believe it because like take the MPC Live, for example. You use the effects in there. Like once you've stacked 2 or 3 effects, you start losing so much audio fidelity. It's just like the quality of the sound isn't there anymore. So the effects are pretty much worthless. With this, I can stack 2 effects on a track, route it to a bus with another 2 effects. Both of these tracks of their own have their own sends for chorus, reverb, and delay. I could mess with all of this stuff and still get a warm, clean sound and have headroom. That's what's insane about this thing. Like they really thought it through. Like, okay, if people are going to have all these effects, like we're going to need to create headroom for it. We're going to need to make sure that when these things combine, still create cool sounds. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not just there to be there. Akai does that. They just put shit there because they want to have more features than the next person. But my theory on this machine, and the reason why there's no slicing or time stretching, because we all know we've had that since the 90s, is they just wanted people to focus on the fact that the box has 64 voices, which is crazy because it's 8 tracks, right? And then either you can take the track and turn it into a subtrack machine and use each of the 8 individual voices on their own patterns, or assimilate them all into a single track like you would see on the Digitac, but have 8 voices of polyphony. Like it's a lot of people are looking at this and going, well, what am I going to do with that? And it's like from the perspective of, I don't know, because I grew up playing a lot of instruments. So when I sit down in front of this thing, it's like, so I can take my samples and play them like the instruments that I grew up playing. It's like I get to combine both sides of what I've always loved. So for me, it's awesome. For my friends who are really into writing progressions on the piano and stuff like that, they're geeked because now they have 256 notes. Like, how many pages of notes do we really need on these machines? Not really. We definitely don't, especially with trig conditions, you know what I mean? But 256, that's crazy amount of pages. You can write really, really complex progressions and layer things. And so yeah, piano players, people who are used to writing composition are killing it on the thing. And I feel like a lot of people who just are used to chopping samples, they just act like it's backward, but it's not. It's just a different way of approaching samples. And for so many genres of music, this is completely normal. For a techno artist, they don't need chopping. Like it might be interesting. Might be interesting to, right? I mean, I could see like if we could use chopping in a granular way, where it hopped around between the start points, like a Torso S4 or something like that, like granular, that'd be dope. But we're not going to use like old school 90s style chopping unless we're chopping a break. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
to have like is layered under a hard groove techno track or a break for a jungle track. It just and with the way we work, we don't need the slicing system. And they make music. I mean, they really do make instruments for like IDM, techno,
Yeah.
jungle. That is their focus, and it always will be their focus. And there are artists who make incredible hip hop, especially like future beats, like eccentric hip hop, not like your like classic 90s style. People who are trying to push the genre, like Flying Lotus, you get a lot of that kind of community in there, but they really don't care about us. Like as far as like when I do stuff like that, they don't care. But if I do a drum and bass track or if I do a techno track, like people from Elektron give me props and shout me out, and I'm like, oh, cool, cool, cool. But they just have no love for anything outside of that basically world of snobby electronic music, which I absolutely love, so I can't say shit.
I know. Because when I first got the Dig Attacked, I was like, okay, like I'm just going to use it as a sequencer. I had this weird idea in my head. I don't know. I had a buddy at work who was explaining it to me, and it made it kind of sound like a guitar pedal like looper that had that functionality. I was totally wrong. It does have the ability to record, but not in like the RC fashion, you know what I mean, where you can just like hit a button. But as soon as I got it, I was like, oh, okay, like I know what I can use this thing for. And then it was mostly just a fancy sequencer that I can throw extra like percussion samples over like the synth lines, because I had the Drum Brute Impact. So that
thing is great.
It was a lot of fun. I loved it. I had a split output from like the kick channel that went into my Behringer compressor unit, which was a sidechain trigger.
So you had your sidechain.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I didn't have the TR8S, I literally had to like engineer sidechain. I was like, okay, what do I have that I can at least like use as like a trigger? What even has an input for a trigger and all that kind of stuff? So yeah. The fact that the Roland is a one-stop shop for the effects and the side chaining is a huge lifesaver. But yeah, I literally saw this this post on Reddit in the Elektron group, and it's like, do you guys only make techno and like this dark stuff? He's like, I'm like an ambient classical musician. I can't find any like thing.
We have so many ambient artists. He's not looking deep enough.
So
many.
I mean, everybody that just posts a clip is just doing like I don't know, it sounds like digital raindrops in a computer forest. It's like, which is cool. I love that sound design and all that kind of stuff.
It's really cool, and it's a lot of randomization and parameter locking, and like something I've noticed those guys do. What they'll do is they'll do the live record, and they'll just turn every knob and do these insane parameter locks. Like they're not even thinking about it. They're just turning the knobs until things get crazy. But that's a lot of how that even gets made. And the TR8S, I have to say, because I was like trying to prepare for that show using a very similar setup to the setup that you use for your live setup. I was actually inspired by that. That when I saw you were running, one of the digiboxes through the TR8S, taking advantage of the sidechain and everything, I was like, I really got to try this. My TR8S, for some reason, is automatically in boost mode, where it boosts the input and the output by +3. And for some reason, I could not get the gain staging down. And by the time it hit the heat, it was like so over processed. I lost all my transients. I was bummed though, because you get a great sound out of it every time, man.
Yeah, and like when you brought that up with me, the boost mode, like I'm looking through the TR8S right now. That's such a tongue twister to say.
Yeah, right.
I have to say it slow, like I'm at a spelling bee. Where is that option? Is it in shift and kit?
It was in utility.
Let's see here. Do I have my
where the input, where you would adjust the sidechain input? I'm pretty sure it's right around the same area.
Let's see here. Start kit, tempo, shuffle.
I mean, you would notice because you could only turn the volume up on the TR8S to like 25%. Like it was ridiculous.
I can't find no boost. sample? Is it in like the general? Start
Yeah,
cut
utility
start
or
kit?
maybe general. It's in the long menu.
I'm in a pretty long menu. It's like sample, sync, MIDI, mix
Maybe it
out,
is kit. Maybe it is kit then. It could be in
type
kit.
stereo utility, shift kit. Thanks, Tactical MIDI. You used to use the model
Thanks, Tactical
samples,
MIDI.
and it's awesome. I actually had a model samples because I sold the drum boot impact, and I got a model samples. And
That's a smart move.
yeah, it was my stepping stone into the Roland. Yeah, I don't know. The model samples was awesome. The fact that you can get a lot of those Elektron functions in such a compact unit was very
Right?
fun. And didn't they discontinue that battery bank that they had built for it? 'Cause it was
Yup,
like
they did.
it was you made fire beats, that thing would start on fire.
Yep. I have a friend who does everything on the model cycles and model samples alone. Aside from that,
yeah.
he's got a Digitac 2 that he uses for things here and there. But you wouldn't believe the compositions he gets out of the model cycles. I mean, some of these beats will literally like tear your face off. Like they're that brutal. Like FM synthesis, when pushed in the right direction, can be nastier than analog. I have to admit. I never thought I'd ever say that, but Digitone 2, that really proved it. Like Digitone 1, I was already sold on the drums. I was like, wow, these drums hit way harder than I expected for an FM synthesis. But
Yeah,
turns out FM
goes ham.
synthesis, whew, it really does. And the model
Timbrely,
cycles
yeah.
is so cheap.
It
And I think, no, go ahead, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna rant about FM synthesis. Like, I got freaked out by it as a younger musician because I met Skrillex one time, like when right around when he released like First of the Year, like more Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, and I talked to him like, what plugins do you use? He's like Massive, Massive, FM8, all of that stuff, and then like
FM8 is great.
I know, and it's amazing. It's got so much potential, but then I loaded it up and I subtractive synthesis versus like the interface of FM, and I was like, what the hell is this? And like I used Operator in Ableton a little bit.
I learned how to finesse that. I learned how to get that thing down. You can do anything in Operator. There's nothing you can't create. Percussion, everything, because that was my introduction to sound design, was white noise and pink noise. And my friends taught me, here's how to make drums, then moved into the melodic side of things. And at one point I was making all my beats with nothing but sounds designed out of FM synthesis and resampled.
Yeah. And it's so cool because even on the Edge, you have the ability with one knob to control the amount of FM going between the first and second oscillator. And like
so
on the
sick.
Proton, here I'll do it. This might suck for you, Golden Paul, but for the people out there, because you can't really hear the synths in time. I haven't piped that into Discord quite yet. But if I go out of oscillator 2 into the attenuator, where's the attenuator? You can't hide from me, Mr. Attenuator. I need a color code. I need like a thing on this.
Label maker. I need one too.
They're all labeled. That's the thing. I just need to like color code so I know what the hell I'm looking for. Where the heck is my attenuator? There it is. And then I go out of attenuator 1. I have 2 attenuators on this? That's crazy. And then into oscillator 1. Now if I just raise up the VCA bias.
Yeah, screaming strings, analog plus FM is God tier. That's like the ultimate of what you want. I can pretty much do that with the analog 4. It lets me inject some FM in there.
I'm doing it right now. I wish you could hear. Wait, let me fix this up a little bit. Let me get rid of that LFO.
Maybe Maybe I'll turn my TV up for 2 seconds. Hold on, let me just see if I can hear it.
I can hear it.
Oh yeah, that
I
sounds
can
sick.
hear that you're hearing it.
That's sick. Alright, I'm not gonna have an echo going though. That's the most annoying shit.
That's
I'm not
fair.
about to ruin streams.
I guess that's the disadvantage right now. If you guys are chatting, you guys are a part of the show, because you know I don't get the best show. I try to give you guys the best show. So if you guys are on the show, you guys are on my level.
I'm having fun, bro. I'm talking gear. You know me. That's what I love to do.
Hell yeah. Let's actually turn this over. Ooh. Bring some chip too. You guys get the idea. FM is fun. This is a very, very raw version of what FM is. So FM is basically frequency modulation. You use another source to modulate said source. In this case, I have oscillator 2 running through an attenuator, which basically just controls the amplitude or intensity of that signal going through the attenuator, and then it's going into oscillator 1. So I can control how much oscillator 2, based off its frequency, is modulating oscillator 1 on its own frequency, and the relationship of all those can equal some pretty crazy tones. So
oh yes, especially when you start getting into the separate algorithms of FM.
And there's no algorithms going on here, because this is just, I mean, I can make my own algorithm and have it patch, but yeah, you can go A plus A to B to C, or A to C to B, depending on how you want to modulate things.
And that's why I fell in love with the Digitone, because it lets you do that. You can even like balance out the sides of the algorithm, like the percentage you want of FM1 and FM2. It's crazy, because you can parameter lock it. Like, think about basically having all of those adjustments you can make within the algorithm, like deep, and being able to adjust every note to have like a slight, you know, even just a slight difference to make everything feel unique and natural and smooth.
Yeah,
it's crazy, especially since you can get one of those used for so cheap now. Like I always say, if people want to like an entry into synthesis, like the Digitone one, you can find one for as cheap as $350, which is extremely decent for an FM synth. They you can sit in bed with it. They're so small. They work with the battery pack. Like,
I
it's
used
a
to do
great
that
way
with
to
the
learn.
Digitact one all the time. When I first got it,
Hell yeah.
I was like, I need to learn this. So I just put on some on YouTube and headphones in and just make music, make a beat, chop up a sample. Yeah.
I still do that all the time. Either that, or like sometimes I'll just put a movie on the background with the sound off.
But mind you,
I
got the Digitact 1 before they got warp, before it got stretch, before I got all those extra machines. So I was raw dogging
OG status.
Yeah, I was literally, when did I get it? 2019 or 20? I think I got it in 2019.
It was glitchy as fuck back then too.
I just thought it was a part of the experience. I didn't even know what I should expect. I got it, and I just knew it was God tier, because I had a guy that had a mono machine that I worked with, and he brought that.
Thing is so sick.
It's insane, and he was really piping up the Elektron gear, and he knew the kind of music I was going for. I had the mic. I started that job with a Microbrute, Arturia Microbrute. Yeah. That was the first synth I ever got, and then the Digitact was like my first like luxury piece of gear per se. So, you know, you start with the Volcas, and then you're like, okay, maybe I'll try a Roland or a Korg. I just went straight to Elektron.
Nice.
It was
crazy.
Had
the Volca FM2. That thing actually, the FM2 from Volca, despite the fact that it's minimal as far as how much you can really tweak it yourself by hand, it's more of a randomization machine. It actually sounds like really close to the DX7. Like, it's got that very crystally, shimmery kind of texture to it that I don't actually get out of the Digitone. I don't get that shimmer. And there's an app called Dext that's I think it's actually free to download. It's a plugin that basically just emulates the DX7. Apparently, there's a process where you can load all the presets from the DX7, the Yamaha DX7, directly into the Volca 2,
Yo,
and have
what?
a mini battery powered DX7. It's
Damn.
not even supposed to be that difficult, and those things go for $150.
You'll see Jamiroquai touring with one of those pretty soon. Holy.
Oh man, the keyboardist from Jamiroquai. Oh my god, man.
Jamiroquai, that's what it is, not Qua. Damn it.
I've been a fan for like 20 plus years. I absolutely love that group. Like,
oh man, they
amazing.
I don't know if you have stumbled across those soul rendition AI covers of like popular music. Like I shied away from clicking on it, but one just like happened to autoplay on my TV when I was going to bed. I was like, what the heck is this? I look and like I hate to say it because do your AI stuff, but do it in a way that it helps you progress your art, not have it substitute for your art. But yeah, these guys are making full AI soul covers. Like they did what's it called? Before I Forget by Slipknot. And like it's a full on like soul cover and like what you'd expect to hear in like the 60s and 70s in like a jazz club. You're like, what? But yeah, like that's nuts.
It is nuts. I think I saw one somebody did 50 Cent Many Men.
Yeah, that
like
one
an
got tossed around Joe Rogan a little bit.
See, like they're everywhere now. I'm actually kind of curious if is the process as simple as literally just uploading the song and telling AI what to do with it. I'm very, very removed from AI. I don't really touch it. That's just me. I'm not a judgmental person. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do what you want, but it's just not for me.
Man, I'm such a purist that like from the get-go, from the beginning, this is probably why I don't release any music. I refuse to touch loops. I would only build my own beats out of selected samples. But then like I would hear like Jaws when he released Field of Volume. There's that drum loop that he always used on every single song, and I was like, yo, what the hell? And like I was cruising through some Vengeance packs and all the Deadmau5 ones, like the intro to Ghost and stuff, that signature, I don't know, it's just a kick, a hi-hat, and a snare, but it's so distinct, just the transient and like the tone of the drum. I was like, that guy used a loop. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I've been limiting myself, I guess you can say, by not using too many loops. Like for the Funk Day, I'll use loops. Like I have one loaded here, which is just like the song starter loops. Solely for chopping and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always shied away from that. But like now I'm kind of understanding the benefit of just like being able to take it and do something with it. Like that's the real art, not just like straight up plagiarizing.
No, I hear that, especially coming from the beat making community. Like as far as those guys go, like the MPC heads, unless you chop the sample in a way where it's not even, well, maybe not unrecognizable, but at least extremely unique in comparison to the original version, that's like, that's weak, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but now one of the best beat makers in the world, Alchemist, he's just looping everything. Everything is a loop, and he's the most successful one. So it's really difficult to keep up with what's acceptable and what isn't. At the end of the day, it's just what sounds good. But I like chopping things up. I have fun making it something original, making it something unique. Even just finding sounds and creating one-shots, pitching them around, getting creative with how you use them. Like I feel like it opens up a much larger canvas because I've chopped samples before. I've made hundreds of thousands of beats at this point in my life, but the ones that I dug the hardest for, like especially the 15 years I was doing French house for, I was going to record store after record store, digging through bins of old disco records, bro, and having the time of my life doing it though.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that was like the joy of it was the hunt and
I
everything and all
wish I
that
grew
whole
up in that
process.
era, man. Because, like, I remember going to school and asking my friends if their parents had CDs of like good music, and I'd ask them to bring it to school. I'd bring my laptop and I just rip the songs off the compact disc. And
Hell
like,
yeah.
I just do that because I was trying to build my DJ library back in the day. So like, my dad had like all like the Much Dance, like, you know, all that shit, the compilations. So I would just rip all that, and like that was my version of vinyl shopping, you know. I would just try to like get as much music as I could for cheap and free, because back then you'd have to get everything off iTunes, and you'd
Yep.
have to buy it $1.29 a song. Thanks, inflation. But yeah,
Right?
like, and if you're a crappy musician, you'd only sell your songs for 99 cents.
Yeah. That's why I just went to thrift stores and any record store I could find and dug through the dollar bins. I knew that I was going to find some disco records. I'm in Florida, so
Yeah.
you know.
I went to a record
you're
store in
gonna find-
Vancouver and I found some like underground, like UK dubstep and like garage
Oh, shit.
stuff. And I was like, man, it was like $80, and I was like, I don't even have a turntable right now. So I'm just like,
$80. Wow.
it was like from the straight from the teat, bro. It was like of UK.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Those, especially the white label stuff, that starts getting crazy expensive.
Hey, Autism Musicians from Florida as well. And sorry, he had a question. What's behind the Proton? Great question. The unit behind the Proton that has all the colorful cables pouring out of it is my patch bay. And if you go on, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I set up the patch bay.
Hey, Autism Musician from Florida as well.
Autism Musician is from Panama City.
Oh, okay. Panama City, I think, if I'm not, that's on the West Coast.
Are you a West Coast Floridian? Or are you on the Tampa side? Oh, wait, that is West. I mean, because you're in Miami, right?
I'm about like 30 minutes from Miami.
North or south?
I'm 30 minutes north.
Let's dox him. I'm just kidding. Don't do it, guys.
No, please don't.
You won't find any golden paws, I swear to God. It's just a name.
It's just a name. No gold. One day I'll have
near,
a gold chain.
Alabama, Florida.
Alabama, Florida.
Just like how there's a Miami. My mic was just on the fritz. Just like how there's a Miami in Ohio, right?
There is a Miami in Ohio, and it makes absolutely no sense.
Did you ever watch Mike Tyson Mysteries?
Was that That sounds very familiar. I think I did.
It's
it was
extremely
funny.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson and his crew of mystery hunters on Netflix would go solve mysteries, and one of them was like, we got to go to Miami. So they get on this flight, and then they're so stoked to go to Miami, and they land in Ohio, and he's like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah.
Was this animated?
It was animated. So like his mystery,
Okay, I saw it, yeah.
His mystery crew was a ghost, a pigeon, and his adopted Asian daughter. Yeah, and like they just so people would send in requests for them to solve the mysteries via carrier pigeon, and then like the pigeons would come back to his pigeon coop in his backyard, and he'd read off these mysteries off the pigeon's legs, and he'd be like, oh my god, we gotta go help these people in Miami. And it's like there's this one, they go to Mexico and like they have to fight the chupacabra, something like that. It's so funny.
Oh my god, I'd love to go back and watch that.
It's not on Netflix
so good
anymore,
stuff.
but like each episode was like 10 minutes. But they packed in so much. There's this one episode I can't even talk about on YouTube, but like it is crazy. What did Tactical MIDI say? What I do is I'll make a 4-bar song with 3 or 4 instruments, play parts, I'll resample it and chop it and sounds. Yeah, tactical MIDI. I've sampled my own stuff before too. I should probably think about doing that on the Dig Attack.
Sorry for the background noise, everybody.
Are you making some
I'm
food?
gonna. Wifey just got home, so I was just helping her with groceries really quick. But I'm gonna
Helping
back up into my
groceries
room.
on stream, guys. Let that be an example.
On
No matter
stream.
what time it is, no matter
On
what you're
stream.
doing, help your significant other.
Yeah, you know, I try, man. I do my best.
That was that rustling sound. Did anyone sample the grocery bags? No? Okay.
No, didn't clip that.
For some white noise Foley. Upload it to Splice.
I just found the first Foley pack I've come across in a long time that was actually good. I'm gonna send this to you. Polyan gives away a free pack once a month if you sign up for their newsletter. So it's not exactly like anything exclusive, but really good field recordings of unique sounds that are definitely, like, I could definitely hear techno happening with some of this stuff, and they're just kind of different, kind of unique.
Well, yeah, like after, because like I'll strike a chord, you know, like this whole techno thing was flipped off of that one time. I just accidentally went distorted, and I was like, this sounds cool. So let's go on this timeline. But yeah, like as I've been experimenting with these techno sounds, those transformer samples I have, like the movements and the textures and whatnot, they're so granular when you slow them down a lot that I'm looking for other things with like the potential to be slowed down, because I know what it sounds like sped up. So like, I don't know, like when you're dropping like coins on a table or something, if you recorded that and slowed it down and you just chop up like those little transients here and there, and you put some distortion and you low pass it, you can get good techno rumble out of that, you know?
Ooh.
So just little things like that I listen for, and like those are all in the Foley packs. Like there's a lot of splice packs that are for games that, you know, just have sound effects, like a sword coming out of a sheath, you know, just like that I don't know.
Yeah, I love that stuff. It's great. Like, I still like to use the GoldenEye gun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, Autism Musician had a question. You notice I got the Launch Control XL3. I like it. Yes, I do. I do like it a lot. I feel like I haven't really mapped it to the full potential that I want it to be doing for the Dig Attack, but I have a pretty basic setup right now. So I have one page doing all of my effect sends per channel. Then the next one is like filter, resonance, and envelope amount per each channel. And then the volumes for each respective channel. So in a DAW setup, well, you use the computer to program it, right? So that's the only, I mean, that's not even a DAW per se, but yeah. Basically, I got it to extend the functionality of the Dig Attack, because, you know, you're in one channel and you can't adjust the level of another channel when you're, you know, adjusting the filter and amp in one. So it's nice to be able to reach over and just like adjust quick parameters. And my mixing has been a lot cleaner, I find, with like the long throw and these faders. So yeah, it's a blank slate. Like, as long as you can look at it and be like, hey, I know what to do with those knobs, those faders, it can really help extend the functionality of your gear. And it's not limited to the Dig Attack. I can still map it to anything that can receive MIDI. So the Moog, the Peak, the Roland. I should do something with the Heat, because I want to do some more like master reverb and delay stuff. So if you guys don't have one, check it out. If not, check out the Fader Fox PC12.
I really think I might end up getting one, because with the 8 faders, you got 8 channels on the Tonewerk, 8 faders. One page could definitely be all of my volumes just right there, which would be sick, because having that right next to the TR-8S for live performance, I have the 8 faders from the Tonewerk, and then the 8 faders right there on the TR-8S. Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
it
Yeah.
opens up a lot of potential. And like I even have it mapped to my clip button on OBS. So I'm able to just like hit that every time like I know there's a good drop or like something funny happened. I can just quickly save a clip and hit a button on the Novation.
That's awesome. That's
It's
awesome.
versatile. Do I have to use MIDI CCs? I think it uses NPRN as well. So you can set it up in the I forget what the app is called. Launch something. Launch control. Minecraft. No, that's not what it is. I tried searching it. Minecraft came up. Jesus. App routing. What do you mean by app routing? But yeah, I don't know. It's always fun accumulating the new gear, but like make sure you need it before you buy it. You know what I mean? Because then you're just like art and you have 7 of everything and you don't know what to do with it all.
I think maybe he was talking about the MIDI CC mapping. There was an app that you were using for that, right?
Yeah, so app routing. I don't know about it being accessible on apps if you're using like iOS. I do know it is.
Oh yeah.
You're able to program it on a computer, and then you can plug it into a iOS device and then control said parameters in whatever you might be using.
Totally. Yeah. And then a lot of those iOS apps have auto mapping functions too, where as long as it's plugged in, you just turn the knob and it maps it, whatever it is, directly to the application.
Yeah. So yeah, Autism Musician, I'm able to come up with all of my templates and all that on the computer and then, save that all to the device, and then I can take it out on its own power source, and then whatever I have loaded is saved. It's like a Launchpad Pro? Yeah, I would say so. It's probably the same programming interface as a Launchpad Pro. You're just saying this knob is controlling said MIDI CC, and then you have 15 modes to adjust all those MIDI parameters. And you can also change the color underneath the knobs. You guys can't see it very well, but yeah, colors so it's all coded and all that kind of stuff. I gotta get a new microphone. Holy crap.
Yeah, I heard it go down for a second there.
I had to smack it. My soldering job that I did that one day did not hold up. I dropped it when I was I doing the Funk Day and I dropped it on Monday? I think. Yeah, this microphone's been through a lot. I've had it for like almost 10 years. It went through my whole DJing thing. It's done weddings. It's done everything.
I, a very long time ago, bought a 3-pack of SM58s, and I still have one of them. And I don't know how it's lasted as long as it has, but it still works. Those things are like just like trucks.
Oh,
I don't know. They go on.
Like when I worked at the music shop, I was primarily in rentals, and the things that we heard these microphones go through and still be rented for the next 5 years is insane.
Yeah.
Like they would throw them up. Like we always rented to weddings, so they do the mic drop at the end of every speech, and these things just came up looking like a cauliflower on the mic grill,
Oof.
Yeah, but like the worst was when we rented wireless like Sennheiser setups, and like they would do mic drops, and like they would come back cracked in the battery portion at the bottom and whatnot. Like, wow. Okay, you owe us like a bunch of money now.
Yeah, right? I hope that mic drop was worth it, because that mic was how much?
Oh, they're like upwards of 4 to 5 just for like the mic, and they don't even think about the receiver.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just running a PGA 48 because it has a switch in it. But I think I'm going to get an SM58S with a switch, just because it'll be a little bit more robust, and I'll probably never have to get it and solder it.
Yeah, that's I have the SM58 with the switch on there. It's loud enough. It worked for band rehearsals when I was younger, so I knew it would work fine for just like talking during sets and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I just run it through the SP404, and that always goes into my rig. Easy. And I can even put effects on my voice with that, which is funny.
Yeah, I want to get into that maybe. I don't know. It's funny because like I do some gaming, I do the racing, so everybody's just got headsets and whatnot on, and they always hear like me come in, I'm banging my mic stand, my arm that I have the mic connected to and all that. It's so elaborate. I'm running it through compressors and gates and all that kind of stuff just for the Discord chats. It's hilarious.
I mean, hey, it makes sense.
I do.
You mean going live on YouTube?
I mean, yeah. I also have a the Aston Stealth microphone, which is like a dynamic slash condenser. When it's not supplied 48 volts, it's just a regular dynamic mic, but then it's like a hybrid. It's weird. But I liked using that, but it was way too clunky.
I feel you. I have one nice condenser mic. I think it actually does require phantom power, but it's just, those things don't always age so well. Like, I swear when I first got it was a lot crisper. Now it's just, it sounds so, the SM58 would probably do a better job at this point.
100%. Like, I don't know, condenser mics are picky, and like you got to pair them with a good what's it called, preamp and whatnot.
Yeah,
like
the preamp.
We used to rent out like what are they called, the LA, the compressors,
LA2A.
Yeah, we rented out those. We had a few of those, so we'd always rent
Best
out
for
like,
vocals.
we had a few Neumann mics in our rental fleet and all that kind of stuff, so the big producers would come in and rent out like, oh, that Rupert Neve rack, is that available? I'm like, for you it is. I'll rent that to you. Why not? Portico unit.
Shit.
I wanted one. So I almost got a Portico. Then I wanted an SSL Fusion. And then
Those are nice.
I was like, you know what? For my sound, I'm not recording Imagine Dragons. So like, what do I need that for? Let me just get an Elektron analog heat plus effects, because that'll be basically doing the same job as an SSL Fusion.
Mm-hmm. That was why I decided to go against the Big Six. I was gonna get the Big Six because that thing just sounds incredible, but I don't have the space for it because it's massive, and I really just didn't need all that power at all whatsoever.
SSL
Even
is
what I ended
crazy.
up getting, right? But the sound, it's just so ridiculous. Like the conversion, like when you're recording into the DAW, the quality you get is just like out of this world. It's ridiculous. But now, like these days, I mean, I've got the Tascam Model 12. I never used that thing because I don't even have the space to set that up. I'm looking at all these like tiny little mixers that they're coming out with now. Like even I'm not gonna lie, I definitely shit on it when it first came out, but the TX6 actually sound really good, and they're tiny. They take up no space on the desk. They're extremely portable. They record to SD card. So I mean, I don't know. That's been looking really good to me because like 6 stereo inputs or 12 mono, that's more than enough for what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, honestly, like real estate is becoming an issue here too. And like, I know that I can do some creative routing to limit the amount of inputs I do need on the mixer. Like I could put the Digitact right into the Roland and then have 2 synths go into the Digitact. And then like, that's basically how the live setup would work, is that I would just process everything into the Digitact, out into the Roland, out into the heat, and then whatever mixer that they're running. So it's up to them to control what's going out to the mains, but I'll just monitor, you know, my dynamics and my frequencies on my end.
Once you get the gain staging down, it's perfect. That's the only part that I always feel like is a pain in the ass, that I'm sitting there and I'm like balancing all these volumes up because everything's daisy chaining from one thing to another. But especially with the Elektron machines and synths, they're just kind of built to work together. Like it's not a problem.
Yeah, and like I have a few fail safes. Like I have the limit on the input for the listening input on the heat, and then I have that going from the heat into a compressor on itself, taking care of more kind of like effect dynamics. Whenever there's low end, it just kind of side chains. So the kick, it's weird because I can't check. Oh my god. I can't get
You there?
Yeah. I can't get the side chain going for the instruments built into the Roland. It only will side chain the sources coming in, right? So to get like a hi-hat roll side chained coming from the Roland, I have to take the compressor on the heat and then say, okay, only listen to the low frequencies. And sometimes I'm able to find just that little transient of the bass hit of the kick. And then that's kind of adjusting the pump for the higher frequencies in the whole mix, aside from the bass getting sidechained from the kick drum on the input going into the Roland. So it's this whole line of processing that's going on. And then finally it's hitting the FMR RNC to balance out everything dynamically instead of as an effect, adding a little bit of color.
See, that's really nice. My chain ends at the heat, so it's whatever I can get out of the heat. That's it. Like at that point. So something I do like to use now that I didn't use when I first got it, to use the bass locator. That will.
Yeah.
I once I started using that, it did change things a bit for me, because basically it takes all your low end frequencies from whatever portion you want and it makes it mono. So you've always got that even low end at the bottom. And because so much of it's sub frequency, you want the sub frequency to be even on both sides. Like you want everything pumping real nice. But then as the frequencies go up, you know what I mean? It becomes more of a natural stereo sound and everything. I think that's kind of genius. It took a little time to get used to, but once you can start really tuning things and finding the sweet spot, that, especially for techno, it's sick.
Yeah, like I have the bass focus or whatever it is on the last portion of the chain on my analog heat. What's it called? It's bass focus. My cutoff
I do it
is
right before the comp.
Oh, really? I have it at the end because like when it processes reverb and all that stuff too, I just want everything to get filtered into its like bass mono.
That's true, because all that's compressed and then it goes into that. So it's just your final adjustment.
Because then you're not throwing the delay or anything, you know, because like, it's taking that. Yeah. I don't know. That's just like, because you look at the effect chain. It actually took me so long making music that like I understood that like things go through a chain. You don't just put the effects on and it just kind of colors it all in together. Like that was a learning curve for me. So I was just like, oh my god, this adds a whole nother layer of complexity. So like reverb and delay pre-compression, you can really hear those tails. But post, it's like non-existent. You know, that kind of stuff.
It's contained. Yeah. It's contained nicely. Everything is kind of tucked and glued together.
Yes, sir. But yeah, what was I gonna say beforehand? Back to like the Tonverk stuff. Could you see Elektron potentially? Because like you know the reverb and the delay that has come with the Digitact units 1 and 2. It's relatively bland, still very usable, but like not too in depth. Do you think that they'll eventually have the opportunity for you to buy effects and just upload it onto the firmware? Because like that would be sweet.
Because they build these effects for each box. I've noticed that. Like they don't really typically, like, you get the same sends from every box, but something I've noticed is box to box, every single effect engine that I've seen has always been unique to the box. Like I haven't seen anything from the Octatrack that's like on the Tonverk now. All the effects on there are names that you've never seen on another machine before. And not only that, I think that these effects that they're using are taking a lot more processing power than the previous ones because of how high quality they are now. But even the sends just for delay and reverb, it's shocking. It's because it's a massive reverb and it's a massive delay. That's your standard send, is the massive one. And then if you want a smaller reverb, you typically add that effect. But the phaser is sick. The warble is actually really tasteful. You can actually crank the warble up, and it doesn't sound like some lo-fi beat. It sounds like a natural tape warble that you would get. So for synths and stuff like that, bass lines, it really adds a lot of color.
I'll use the warble and sometimes the chorus and at a very subtle level, but I'll maximize the width, and I'm able to get more of that stereo punch in the higher end.
Oh yeah.
And if you just tweak it in with the dry and wet ever so slightly, where you're just getting a little bit of that width, I'll take advantage of that when I can. And I'll forget about it, and it's not used in the context of the music anymore. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I have to go turn it off.
Yeah. No, that's definitely happened.
Yeah, sorry, Autism Musician. I did see that Geddy Lee red Mini Moog Model D there.
That was a good looking synth. That was definitely a good looking synth. Expensive synth for a very old mono synth. It was really, really overpriced, which is why I think just a couple of rich dudes got them, probably.
It's
That's
crazy,
what I always
man.
think when I see synths like that. Like there's just like 15 rich dudes who were just like, pocket change. Just like
seriously though, and like
pre-release.
Deadmau5 is one of those guys too. He has that gold-plated Mini Moog.
Jesus.
And like it's got crystal knobs or something like that. It's absolutely
gold-plated Mini Moog with crystal knobs
or something like that. It is absolutely ridiculous. I can't imagine how much it's worth. I don't even know if he paid for it. I think it was a gift or something like that. But
course.
He's got some crazy gluttonous. He has the ARP 2600 that was R2D2's voice, not the same model, not the same like recreation, the one that was plugged in to record R2D2's voice.
That's pretty much the closest you can get to owning R2D2, right? At this point.
I mean, if you want one from home, all you got to do is put a sample and hold on your resonance on your filter, and then boom, you got R2D2.
Wow. I've seen his streams. He has a wealth of knowledge. He is extremely, extremely knowledgeable, and he broke new ground with Ableton in ways that nobody was using it before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna front. And Faxing Berlin, when I was in my early 20s, that song, I definitely put that shit on repeat many times. It's a really, really great track.
I
like
remember
Ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, that one was the first one that I heard that my friend mentioned. He's like, gotta check out Deadmau5. I'm like, who's that? He's like, oh, you'd know this song. And he played Ghosts and stuff. And like I heard it from like the radio or like other places, but I was like, okay, this is sick. Got real into Deadmau5, got real into Daft Punk, Excision as well. My buddy was like, you like all this house music and all this stuff, but like wait till you hear dubstep. And I'm like, dubstep, sick. I was so naive. This is the first time I ever heard of dubstep. I thought dubstep was the name of the artist. I thought there was a guy running out there named Dubstep making music. Not that it was its own genre. So like I looked up dubstep on LimeWire, and the first result that came up was Borgor. So my first introduction to dubstep was like Borgor's Ice Cream and Info, which was like some vulgar ass like I don't know if you're familiar, but like check it out. It's honestly like some of the coolest dubstep from back in the day.
See, and because I'm old, that wasn't actually back in the day for me. Back in the day was Benga and Mala and Burial. Like dubstep for me was a very slow, dark, hollow kind of like literally dubbed dubbed out, like very, very dub reggae vibes and everything. Because I grew up listening to the UK stuff.
Yeah.
The American stuff, I didn't really get into as much. I feel like the closest I got to that style was like I dug Rusko. I thought he was dope and everything, but like I'm not gonna lie, like by the time people like Borgore were popular, I was already kind of checked out of the scene at that
Fair
point.
enough. And like I was pretty deep into it before Skrillex did Scary Monsters. Like I knew about Skrillex. I knew that he was doing My Name is Skrillex and all that stuff. But yeah, when it hit America, it was weird. Did you ever hear? I think I talked about this to you before, but just for the sake of bringing it up again for the people on the stream, did you ever hear about the theory and the conspiracy about Skrillex's Scary Monsters and Ice Sprites?
He said Scary Monsters is what?
So there's this whole conspiracy going around that Scary Monsters and Ice Sprites, Skrillex's breakthrough album that absolutely changed the direction of electronic music as a whole, was actually ghost produced by Deadmau5, Noisia, Feed Me, Spore, and other musicians. So basically they needed this market to penetrate America because like they were losing money. Like they didn't really have an EDM scene pre 2010.
Well, there's this, you see this, because I know a little bit about the history of what he's done, that actually kind of makes perfect sense. Because all of those artists that you listed were not crossing over into the audience he was picking up, because he started out in this emo band called From First to Last.
Yes, sir.
So to give you an idea, when I worked at a record store back in like a really long time ago, like 20 years ago, and we used to get albums like 3-4 months in advance, and they sent in the first From First to Last demo that they were sending out to the record stores. We played Frisbee with it. I'm not gonna lie, we thought it was so bad. We actually played Frisbee with the CD in the store, just as like, just to be dicks. I'm not gonna lie, and but he was very appealing to that crowd, and that band blew the fuck up. So he already had like young people's attention, and all those artists that you just listed had shown themselves to be masters at their craft.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, like assemble a super team and take this like babyface boy, and put him out there because the ladies love him.
Well, he just suited that whole entire style. Like Deadmau5 on the inception side of Skrillex was set to actually find the guy that was supposed to be, the face of this project. So he recruited Skrillex, and the story to his rise of fame and Scary Monsters released on Mousetrap was he found him at a party or whatever, at Tommy Lee's party, and Skrillex provided him Scary Monsters on a USB. And he took it and he was like, this is the best example of what dubstep and bass music is at that time. And that was the story. And like he released Scary Monsters on, everywhere. But then like Skrillex just like performed on a trigger finger and a laptop, just playing stuff and like rudimentary mixing everything together. So it's just like, was he really like technologically involved and all that kind of stuff? Like
I kind of doubt it. Think about the quality of like, and the thing that's kind of like getting under my skin is like, now that I'm thinking about certain aspects, I can actually hear Deadmau5 in there.
There's a lot. The one song that really sticks with me is Kill Everybody. The beginning and like the complexity of like the bass sounds with the vocals and all that kind of stuff. Like it's such a professional production. And then you listen to Feed Me and you listen to like Rock and Roll, his stuff with Kill the Noise, and you're like, like this is very like Scary Monsters. If Noisia released Scary Monsters, you would be like, this is Noisia.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
absolutely. And the other thing to think about is, it's like, it's not even like he really had the time to teach himself how to be some sick producer. He was the frontman for a band, and he didn't play an instrument. He just sang. So
he knew
where
guitar,
did
but like there was that whole controversy when he got his hard drive stolen, right? And apparently that was an excuse for a lapse of music release, you know? And then after that was when he teamed up with Diplo to form Jack U, so he had that to rest on. You know, he had Diplo's ability as a producer to kind of
anything
piggyback
Diplo
off
touches, he made things turn to gold. Diplo was insanely sick.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he's doing these days, or if he's just as sick as he was before, but I had a ton of respect for Diplo.
I still follow him, and he is still just as prominent as he was before. He's in the country game now. Like he's bled everywhere.
He's in the country game now?
Yeah, he's producing for I think he did Shabuzi.
Beyonce?
Didn't he produce Shabuzi? Didn't he do
I don't know who that is.
Shabuzi? Come on another side of whiskey. With me. No.
Bro, I'm so removed from music, man. I'm still listening to the same old records from the 90s. I'm 41 years old.
A bar song. Let's just see if it was produced. I doubt it was produced by Diplo, but I have a hunch that it was produced by Diplo. I'm probably going to be wrong, but let's just look it up on Wikipedia. Songwriters, producers, Nevin and Sean Cook. I was wrong, but I think he did some stuff for Beyonce. I don't know. Diplo's been all over the place. Like he produced MIA's Paper Planes, and I grew up not even knowing that. It was my first introduction to Diplo was my mom. She was watching TV and there was a BlackBerry commercial from way back in the day, and she's like, "Oh, there's a guy named Diplo in the BlackBerry commercial." So I checked that out, and I got his track from that commercial, and that was my intro to Diplo. Then I realized he was a part of Major Lazer and all that kind of stuff, and then
I saw Major Lazer.
Me too.
I saw Diplo, like, because Miami, we used to have the Fool's Gold parties. I would be like standing at the bar
party in Toronto.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be standing at the bar, and 8-Track would be just like getting a beer too, right there. They'd give us these huge bags full of like Fool's Gold merch and everything.
Oh, damn.
That was back in the early 2000s.
Man.
Yeah, man. 8-Track would just be chilling, and I would be geeked out every time because I looked up to him so much. Because I was a professional DJ for like 15-20 years, like that was like my job. So he was like royalty to me, and I was still in my 20s, so I was totally geeked out. I didn't even want to say hi. I was just like, I'm just gonna get my beer and go, because it's 8-Track. Oh my god, the god.
Do you know who Ominous is in the dubstep field?
No, actually.
So he's like you deserve a Grammy in the underground scene. You know what I mean? I've watched him like just do his thing for the past few years, and I saw him at the club. He was playing a Local Boys album release party and their buddies, so he came up and supported the show, and like he was just at the bar just chilling. Nobody knew who the hell he was. I'm just like, bro, you are like, I did say I was a huge fan, blah blah blah, and that was it. Then it came up to me later, and he's like, "Yeah, you're the only person other than the guy DJing right now that I'm cool to talk to." So it was sweet. But
That's awesome.
Christian Doming says, "Saw Diplo all the time. Used to come into my studio." Christian Doming,
that's sick.
I think you qualify for next week's Studio and Chill radio candidate. I gotta pick your brain there, buddy. If Diplo's coming into your studio, I definitely want to have a chat with you, buddy. Let me know what you're doing next week on Wednesday. Video, cartoons, dancers, etc. But yeah, Christian, if you ever want to come on to the show and speak about all of your stories and your endeavors, you're a longtime chatter. Again, guys, I'm trying to pick and choose what people I want to come on the show. I just don't want anybody coming on and hating and getting me demonetized. You know what I mean? So
I hope I've been good.
Oh, buddy, you're great. This has been awesome. I'm just trying to say no trolls. I just don't want anybody coming on here and trashing.
Yeah, no. We're trying to keep this
this is a community. Yeah, but I understand there's trolls that come in the comments. here and there. DJ Sunset. I'm just kidding. That kid's funny.
Oh my god. He was definitely. I got a kick out of him.
He's hilarious. He comes in. He's like, your kick sounds too chorusy. I'm like,
oh my
what?
God.
I'm like, okay, let me see what you might be. I'm like, okay, there's too much chain involved here for me to pinpoint where your version of the kick is sounding chorusy. I'm like, what are you even listening on? He's probably got his master output running through a reverb pedal or something.
There's no chorus.
I know.
It doesn't exist on the TR-8S.
I don't even know. Yeah,
that's the part that cracks me up.
The chorus is barely even on the effects itself. So have to, and then I wake up to Instagram notifications of DMs, and he's just sending me like single samples. He's like, use this kick next time. I'm like, okay.
My God.
I love the guy. I was okay, not gonna lie. I was watching Deadmau5 on Ustream way back in the day. I was probably DJ Sunset's age. I'm not gonna lie. And Deadmau5 was talking about his comeuppance, kind of, loosely, and he was like, yeah, like I was working at this radio station learning about the gear and blah blah blah, and then my premature brain went off. I'm like, okay, I got to get in touch with this radio and be like, yo, I'm making music, send me on the same way as you did with Deadmau5. So I was asking in the chats constantly. I was like, what was the name of the radio station? Nothing. 2 minutes later, what was the name of the radio station? I'm a musician, blah blah blah. I did it like 5 times, and then he was like, bro, if you ask the same question I don't answer, stop asking the question. I was like, oh my God. He snapped at me. So I definitely get his excitement and whatnot. And like, I was a young musician at one time as well. So
no, I absolutely get that. And I've actually learned to be a bit more patient these days, because I got so involved with the whole beat making community on IG, and I like to help in any way I can. I'm very for community building, especially when there's young people trying to get involved with techniques or styles or art forms that are dying. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the stuff, the beat making stuff, like there's so many gatekeepers in that community that really just don't want to share very basic information that helps people grow in really huge ways. So I made it a point, like when I was active all the time, to always like pass that knowledge back. And some of these kids, man, like, they'll DM you like 4 or 5 times a day, be like, bro, I just made the most fire beat you'll ever hear in your entire fucking life. You need to stop what you're doing, get your headphones and listen to this now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got it. I get it. You're 20 years old. You're super excited about this. I'm just going to listen to the beat, and then, but you got to have the patience, because these people, they're extremely enthusiastic, and we all have to remember that we were just like them at one point in life. That's where we had so much enthusiasm for this. We do have so much enthusiasm and love for this that like that happens still. I still have moments where I embarrass myself all the time. You know what I mean? Where I turn into a geek about shit just because it's so exciting and I care about it that much. So it's almost like, fuck yeah, I'm so glad you care about it that much, because I do too. But you're on that 24/7. Like that's that young energy when you've got that. I'm hyped all the time.
Yeah. Like, I got that fire from my friends too. Like they didn't have. I was the only friend in my friend group that was touching music in the way that like we're talking about now. And like I would just make something. I didn't know if they understood the context of what it was or whatever, but they were like, "Bro, that's crazy. You got to do some more with that." So then I get cocky and move into those communities, and they're like, no." I'm like, okay. So like to the outside, it's very intricate and very weird, but then when I break it down, I feel like I'm a hack. It's funny.
Man. No. You're the level that you've already taken your home studio to is way past what a lot of people will ever do in music already. Like, it's dope, man. It's seriously, I have a lot of respect, and I appreciate the way you work here and the way you're set up, and the fact that you do improv for hours straight, that's definitely not something many musicians can just do. You know that. Like
I
a
mean,
lot of people
yeah.
can't do that.
But then if I break down like how I'm arranging and all that kind of stuff, it's like, okay, I can do that. You know, it's just, I don't know. Cause like, again, I was doing this on the Digitact one where I would basically categorize my samples into 127 different slots, but I'd be like, okay, the first layer is just percussion, then it's vocals, then it's this, then it's that. But now that I have the banks on the Digitact 2, it makes my sample selection that much more intricate and organized. So I'm able to really like go in. So if I know I need a vocal, I need to go into said bank, and then I can choose. So it all comes down to your preparation, I feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially on Elektron machines.
Oh yeah.
Especially on there.
Because like before every funk day, it's going through Splice, it's going through my Ableton libraries, making sure I didn't miss any samples, rearranging the sample arrangement I have in the project. Sometimes I'll let it ride. I'm like, okay, the samples I picked last week are pretty cool. I'll just let this project ride and just, you know, variate. Because like, I don't know if you guys watch, some of you guys watch a lot, but you'll hear the same vocal, but it's against a different bass line. It's against a different set of percussion elements. It's mixed in there differently, but like I go heavily based on key. So if I know my bass line is in the key of F sharp, I'll look for a vocal in G or F or, you know, something else close to that, and I can pitch it up and down and make it a little different. So, yeah. Have a good night, Autism Musician. Thanks for joining. Always nice to see some new faces around here. And yeah, stick around and you might have a chance to have a conversation here. I just want to make sure you guys are in it for the community and not just to mess around, because this is a risky thing, just letting people come on and spill beans.
It's a short vetting process. It doesn't have to be
exactly
too long.
I'm just like, if I reach like Howard Stern level, then it's like, okay, there's a screening involved.
And this is YouTube. You can easily hit that level, and it could just, you know, go from 0 to 100.
Well, it's funny today. This guy messaged me on Instagram, and this is one of those weird coincidental things. So he messages me, and what does he say here? He says, been following for quite a while. I watch a lot of your videos, but not lives, because he's in Spain, which is amazing that the channel's even reaching such corners of the earth.
That's awesome, man.
But he's like, I'm writing you because I've recently started streaming my DJing, and I've been getting a lot more views and subs than I was expecting. And after doing some research, I've come to the conclusion that it's purely because of vertical format, which YouTube shows a lot more people through the shorts feed. It's a shame that music of your talent doesn't get more reach. I wanted to suggest trying this format to you if you haven't considered it yet, because it might help a lot. So I read this message today. I bounce off. There's a couple guys at work that are hugely supportive of this channel. Shout out Dennis McGregor and Brandon Stewart. Those are the homies at work that I come in. They're like, last night was sick. You know, I get that real face-to-face feedback.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I always bounce ideas off of them. Like, what should I do tonight? Do you think it's lame if I try this? So it's easy. It's nice to have that direct contact. But yeah, I was like, would it be weird if I went vertical? Because it can reach a lot more people if I do the vertical format, because it shows up in the shorts feed. So I came home and I got the stream set up, ready to go, and YouTube is like, do you want to go horizontal and vertical by chance? And I was like, what? This is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. Why are you just suggesting this to me now? So I'm doing both simultaneously. It's very interesting because the vertical format, all you can see is the Digitact, the TR8S, the Proton, and a sliver of the Edge. So I don't know what you guys prefer. I'm definitely getting more views concurrently right now. I don't know if it's just because you guys are amazing and new tonight with Studio and Chill, all the reggies, but I don't know how many new people I'm getting. So if you guys are seeing this on vertical format, let me know. If you guys are watching this horizontally, traditionally, let me know. This is just an experiment. But I think I'm going to go live tomorrow strictly vertically just to see, because this guy has been streaming. I mean, I've been streaming for 2 years doing the Funk Day. And this guy's been streaming for a couple months and he's almost at 1,200 views a stream. And I'm like, what the hell? So damn. I want to try this out. So tomorrow night, I'll be doing a Thursday throwdown. I don't know. I just like making alliteration. Thursday throwdown, and we're going to try a vertical live before I race just to see how many views we get. So
I'm glad that you told me this, because I was actually about to go from posting vertical to posting horizontal. I'm not even joking. I thought that would improve my views.
Well, I was confused too, because I was like, do you go live on your cell phone? Because whenever I go live, like presumably I want to go live on my phone, it defaults to the vertical, or the vertical portrait.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I'm streaming via OBS on my desktop from a mirrorless camera, am I even able to configure it so it goes into that vertical format? And he's like, yeah, you just have to set up the resolution. YouTube will recognize it as a portrait resolution, and then you'll be recommended in shorts feeds. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, Studio and Chill, Monday Funk Day are also going to be horizontal, but I'm going to try tomorrow night and maybe Friday going vertical. So I'm going to move the camera around so you guys can see at least more than what you're seeing in vertical right now, because it is terrible.
Yeah, it's too that's too good to be true for it to be great both ways. One would have to suffer.
Yeah, like this whole entire room is designed to be viewed in widescreen because of how wide the table is. The Moog and the Peak are all the way to one side. So I'd have to move the camera to the corner where the mixer is to have it show everything from that angle. So I'm going to try it tomorrow night with the lights and everything to see if it makes sense. But yeah, I'll do those off nights just to get some more viewership. But the Funk Day and tonight, Wednesday, Studio and Chill will remain horizontal. Don't you worry, guys. I'm trying to keep it as pure as possible.
No, I hear that.
And not conform to the norms, but like, again, if I can quit my day job, taking this a little bit more seriously.
It deserves more reach. I really just feel like it's a matter of reach. Like, because the algorithm is just nasty to people. It's not even about like the quality of the stream. It's not even about would people be interested. It's the fact it's just not showing up. And everybody's so used to just going to the homepage and looking through their suggested at this point. It's like a reflex at this point.
Oh, exactly. But like, I've been caught in that loop scrolling on shorts on YouTube on my phone, and a few lives show up. I'm just like, oh, I wonder if mine ever show up here. No, because it's not in vertical. And like, apparently it's like 4 times the reach that like you usually get, because it's pushing that content towards shorts, because they realize they can get more ads, and on shorts people are scrolling more, right? So they're really capitalizing on that. And if I shared, actually check this out. Where is my scenes here? This is the view on YouTube right now. So I have the vertical and I have the horizontal. So it's giving me the option. It's weird because I've never had this option until I started talking about it at work today, and I got that message, and I come home, start the stream, and I have the option to go horizontal or vertical. So I was like, what the hell?
Huh.
So yeah, I'm grateful for. I'll keep the stream going forever, based on what it's at right now. You know, I'm extremely happy, but again, if I have the ability to quit the job, move this into a more profitable direction, I definitely will.
I totally think it's doable, man. I absolutely do. It's just a matter of, well, I mean, and not only that, but you've been doing this now for a while. This is like week 107, you said?
Next week will be 107, yeah. And yeah, it's been since 2023 I started this.
So you got tenure, you know?
Yeah, you know, I'm willing to keep it going, right? So like it slowly grew, and I slowly got more and more involved to the point where it's just like, okay, like what can I do to maintain this? But now it's like I can see some dollar signs here and there, so I'm just like, okay, like I can really harness this. How am I gonna do it?
Definitely.
I'm just a normal guy. I basically live paycheck to paycheck. It's hilarious, you know?
I'm in the same world,
This
brother.
economy. This world that we
Oh, yeah.
live in.
Oh yeah, it's a things are crazy in the state that I live into in Florida. It's just, I mean, I'm sure you've heard the stories about Florida, man, and everything. It's a crazy place. I'm a studio rat. I stay in the studio most of the time. I'm just up in the lab. That's what I do. That's where I like to be. I don't really go out too much. Take this. Here's an example of the fuckery of, excuse me, the kind of silly things that happen down here in Florida. October 4th was my birthday, and Alchemist and what's his name, Freddie Gibbs were supposed to perform, and I was like pretty excited. Been fans of them for a while. I get there, and they oversold the show to the point where you had to go inside, where there was a screen that was projecting the show that was happening outside that you couldn't see because it was that packed. Like you couldn't
That's
even see the
insane.
stage at all. And here's the real kicker. Even though it was supposed to be The Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs, no Alchemist.
What?
He just didn't show up. Yeah, he didn't show up for any of his Florida dates. And he's like, you know, I really looked up to the dude. So I was really hoping I'd get to see him. And I was just like, oh, damn. Like, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I still got to see Freddie Gibbs. And, like, you know, he's an outstanding performer. Like, yeah, you know, you just feel like I thought I was going to get to see my hero do his thing kind of thing, you know, like.
That's like,
so yeah.
I mean, Miami's Miami. You guys got Ultra, you guys got the Music Week. It's a pretty big stamp in terms of like the geography of music. But when artists come to Edmonton, Alberta, bro, we're like, hail. Like half the musicians, like I'm seeing Flava D in a couple of weeks here. And
nice,
coming all the way from the UK. I think it might be her Albertan debut. I don't know, but half the artists that come through, like this is their Edmonton debut or it's their Albertan debut. Like we're finally getting onto the map, or like we're finally bringing these dope musicians in and whatnot. Like I've been seeing, like we've had Skrillex, we've had Excision, we've had some like I used to run beer for Marshmallow at Soundwave. Like we're not even like a small blip on the radar, but still, it's like the fact that people are coming all the way up here. I can't imagine missing out on Miami though. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't come to any of the Florida dates. I mean, I can't imagine. I'm sure there's some reason why he was doing. He was doing another like event, like a pop-up event where he was selling records. I know that's what he was doing on the 4th. He actually put it in his story. So I was just like, wow, you're not even trying to hide this. Like,
oh yeah,
you're straight up putting in your story like, yo, come catch me. I'm out here. Like, it's really just kind of weird.
Stingy.
Yeah. And then to just like put it in the story too that he's actually somewhere else. I was like, man, this is a bummer. I wish I had seen this through.
Yeah, like we're like our biggest worry is that we get a crowd big enough, because like I've been at like shows with very small crowds for a big musician, and I feel bad. I'm just in the crowd. I'm like, I am so sorry. But yeah, Christian Doming's in Miami too. Catch me at a backstage party on Monday. Christian, why did you delete that message? I was just reading. I thought he was talking about the Funk Day. Romantico contact party is on RA. Romantico
Techno party.
Yeah, Christian Doming. Make sure you invite Golden Paw to this party, because what the hell?
Yo, add me on Instagram. My name is @datchevere.
Dat Chevere, as I would
Please
say.
let me know. Datchevere. That was awesome.
It's my French Canadian
Every time I show
roots.
I had to change the name, and it was finally because there was actually an embarrassing situation. Somebody was actually streaming and was like, look, man, like there's no way I can pronounce that name. And it just got to the point where everybody was like, I don't know how to say your name and I can't pronounce it. So I just kind of let go of it. It was another time. I was a lot more involved with Miami back in those days.
Yep.
So it's just like I'm not as in touch with Miami. That's why it's really exciting to hear about secret techno parties. That sounds dope. I know we had an event called, maybe you know about this already, Christian, Synth Attack, that they were doing at this place called Gramps. But apparently Gramps is closing. But I did hear that Synth Attack might be moving to a new location. I mean, the concept behind this, bro, you're gonna love this. Like from what I heard, you show up and it's hardware only, and it's just like a straight up like improvisation the whole time. Like you show up with no plan and just get nasty with it. And
That's
people
sick.
do like really hard techno, like borderline industrial stuff with like huge Euro rack rigs and everything, and it's just very community driven. And I really hope that ends up coming back because like apparently techno is in Miami and there is some underground shit going on that I really do want to get involved with.
That would be insane. Like I feel like the whole hardware movement can be a thing. I know it's a tough sell because like I want to perform, but like I gotta be like there's gonna be a changeover from your opening DJ at Doors, you know. It's like it's nuts.
I hear that.
Yeah, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna run to the washroom real quick. We'll definitely continue the chat. I just have to let a beat loop here, and then I'll be right back.
Right
But
on, bro.
yeah, Christian, get this guy on the guest list. Let him check it out. I needed boots on the ground to see what this is all about. I need to come to Miami and visit y'all because that all
CV
sounds
freaks.
dope.
You know
CV
that's
freaks.
Euro rack. You
Oh.
know that's Euro rack.
CV frequencies? Is that what that stands for? Just kidding. But yeah, you guys hold on one moment. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
And do you guys know any of the scene here in Central Florida since I'm always working? As far as I know, I don't know if like you guys can hear me, but Central Florida, I don't really know the scene over there. I knew the beat making scene a bit, but apparently that's even died down. As far as electronic music in Orlando, man, I think most of the clubs that I knew about up there are closed now. I'm 40, so 41. I just turned 41, so I can't really remember. Underground equals you. Fuck yeah, bro. I mean, hell yeah. I'm sorry. I know I'm on YouTube here. My friends don't go to Tuesday Grand because it's less kill and more show off my gear. Word. That's definitely good to know. I didn't know if it was a gearhead situation or a gear snob situation. I'm all about gearhead situations, but people showing up with a bloated Euro rack that they don't need because they just want to show off their $700 modules, yeah, I'm not about that. I'm absolutely not about that. I use Elektron machines because I love the workflow. But I don't get into that mentality about machines like flexing over that stuff. But that's why I've stayed out of Miami for such a long time now. I'm sure you know. It's just extremely competitive down there. I just got back from Detroit, and you know Techno, Detroit, that's the home. And I got to go to Techtroit and see a ton of sick artists. And I gotta be honest with you, it felt like fucking Kumbaya in comparison to Miami. Don't remember all the clubs in Orlando. Yeah, me neither. It's been so long. I can't remember the last time I went to Orlando. Actually, when is the last time I went to Orlando?
Yo, sorry, when I'm on the BRB, I don't know if you get piped into the stream there.
Oh, can they hear me? I don't know. I thought I was talking back to people, but I didn't know if they could actually hear me.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out. But shit.
No, he can hear me. He can hear me. Okay,
Really?
So he heard. Yeah, I got like 2,000
Wait,
HP in
what?
Eurorack. Why show it off? Yeah, man. There's I don't know. I mean, I'm always impressed by Eurorack because I feel like it's truly an art form in itself. Even just building Euroracks, like the amount of planning and preparation that goes into it. Like, had Elektron for over a decade, still use the Rhythm. A man after my own heart. Look, Rhythm MK2 that's my desert island machine. Like if I was ever stuck and I only had one machine left, that would be it. That would be it. I love that machine so much. That and the Analog 4. Yeah, the big festivals here. Underground scene. I haven't heard of yet over here. Yeah, I don't know what any of the underground scene in Orlando is like at all whatsoever right now.
Is it blooming? I'm just kidding.
The hip hop one died. The beat making one just died not that long ago. I know that. It seems like a lot of the local communities are kind of suffering because they're having a hard time finding places where they can actually book things. Please don't quote me on that, but that's at least what I know happened to the guys in the beat making scene. Oh, buddy mine, Tactical Sage on Armstrong. Word. Absolutely.
Art is in Miami too, isn't he? Because he talked about going to Ultra and seeing Carl Cox a bunch. I mean, that happens a lot in Miami.
I wish I had known that you existed, Christian. I would have invited you. I just did a live techno set. It was in Coconut Creek, so it's pretty far from Miami, but it's still like 20-30 minutes. Still does parties there. Yeah, underground. I'm all about the warehouse vibes, man. That's like my favorite thing, especially after going to Detroit, coming back. The warehouse vibe that's where it's at for techno.
What's going on, Art? Yeah, you were in Miami though for Ultra though, right? That's where I got my wires confused there. Sorry. Yeah. He was in Ultra in 2025.
I was driving around the traffic and complaining about it.
I bet you were.
A friend of mine was doing a documentary. She knows Justice kind of a little bit. Yeah, it's crazy. Her connection to Justice is big enough to the point where she made a full documentary and she had a screening the last night of Ultra. And so I was driving around trying to find parking and everything because I'm trying to go to the screening for the Justice documentary. So I wasn't even there for Ultra, but it was just it's insanity trying to drive around in Miami. Whew. No, man.
Yeah, it looked crazy. I was watching the live stream since I was a youngin', and my God, it was just one of those staple raves for the scene, you know, like Ultra. Yeah, I got to play Ultra. It's up there with like Tomorrowland and like going to Ibiza to play Space.
Ooh, okay. We stayed at the Intercontinental Hotel. You see, if you stay at the hotel right next to the festival and you're in like walking distance. Yeah, no, you're gonna have a good experience. It's really if you have to get in the car, like honestly, even if you're just like an Uber away.
That's just like Calgary, because we have our own stuff in Edmonton here, but then I go down to Calgary every summer for the Badlands Music Festival. Like this past summer, I saw who was it? It was Chris Lorenzo. It was Clooney. It was Subtronics. I saw Zed's Dead. You know, we get the cream of the crop up here because no underground music exists. But yeah, same thing, man. Like I get a hotel next to the grounds, and then like everybody that lives there is just in pure misery. They're like, why?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Beamers just bombing their straight pipes at 3 a.m. It's awesome for us because we're like, bam! But then like everybody else that's sleeping is like, why? I gotta work.
Pick my poison and leave in the studio.
Art says, when is a good time to go to Detroit for some good techno?
Shit. Actually, it was that weekend.
I'll be right back. You answer that. 1 sec.
Yeah, look out for this event called Techtroit. Tectroit. It's basically they're like, we have like in Miami, we have the anti-conference parties that happen during Winter Music Conference. This is like their anti-conference parties up there in Detroit. May Movement. Yep. There's that. Movement Festival's cool, but my friends, because I'm part of a collective based out of Detroit, and a lot of these guys are like 30 years deep in the techno scene up there. They're the ones who really got me into techno. And they said that Movement Festival has become like more of a mainstream thing. And if you want to see like the underground Detroit gritty, true like techno community vibe, like Techtroit's the way to go. And I will say I went to Techtroit and it was the dopest electronic music festival I've ever been to in my life. And their scene rolls deep. Like they really, really hold each other down. It's a dope place to go. But yeah, I know Movement Festival is the big one. Oh, I absolutely love the Octatrack MK2. Yeah, that's my mixer for every live set, and I use the EasyBot performance template, the techno one. It's incredible. It's amazing.
I was going to ask before. Sorry.
No.
With the polyphonic functionality of the Tonverk, does the Octatrack have polyphony on the samples?
No. Each of
yeah.
the 8 tracks, you get stereo playback, but it's just they're all still mono.
So I know that was like one thing that was sought after on the Dig Attacks was the ability to polyphonically play your samples, and it never came to light. So yeah, the Tonverk, polyphonic sampling and playback. Oh no, it's just playback, but with the addition of the routing. It does have polyphonic sampling. It's got an auto sampler. You send MIDI to your like you could sit here and send MIDI to your Moog and record all the individual notes and create a virtual instrument in the Tonverk that you can access anytime you want. That's just perfect with loop points and everything. I literally have a Detroit Techno Militia hoodie, t-shirt. I got a big sticker on one of my Octatracks for Detroit Techno Militia. That's my boy, Dave Garcia. He's Detroit Techno Militia. I love those guys. Because I was going to ask what that whole entire thing was that you're talking about where you're able to sample the MIDI and do all that. So, like, when you say that, does it sample the MIDI and the audio at the same time? Or
no,
like...
it just sends it MIDI. Like, you tell it where you want it to start as far as how many octaves you want, and it sends it MIDI for each key and just records a perfect length and has just like a little bit of adjustments to the start and end so it's smooth. And I think you can actually hold it down and it finds a 0 point to create a loop if you want to sustain. Which is that's nuts. I couldn't believe that it did that. And you can adjust the loop point too if you want to get really weird with it. So you get some really cool possibilities.
So it's kind of like the single cycle waveform playback thing.
Yeah, kind of like that, but this is more traditionally kind of like a rompler. It's like creating a rompler, inside the machine.
Gotcha.
So that I'm really excited because the people at the Guitar Center near where I live are really chill, and nobody is ever in there. So I'm gonna take the Tonverk there, and I'm just gonna be like, look, just let me send this thing some MIDI and steal some patches. I've got my own audio cables. I've got my own MIDI. Just
don't even say that. Just go in and do it. I did that at work all the time when I had my Dig Attack. I just go up to all these devices.
Bro, they got the Muse sitting there. Nobody's touching it. It just sits there all day. So as much as I'm not so I wouldn't buy the Muse, I'd still steal some patches.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it for that. Like if I knew that I was leaving the Moog tomorrow, like if it was leaving me, I sold it or I had to give it up, I would literally just take as much as I could out of it. And
I did that with the Menalog XT. Yep.
Definitely would have
everything I could.
Because just like raw waveforms, just my favorite bass plucks. you know, that's all you'd really
Never let that thing go.
Oh,
No, you can't let that thing go ever. No, the Sub 37, that's a lifetime piece.
Oh yeah.
For sure. For sure. And I see the Novation Peak also. And I know a lot of people sell them. They always, like, a lot of people say, you know, I really don't think I need this. And then you go back to needing it.
Oh,
it only takes
it's been on Marketplace, I think, 3 times. And it was up there for a week. I had an exorbitant price for it because I was like, I'm not going to let this go unless I get my money back plus some. And honestly, with inflation, I can still lowball the market and still make money because I got it so long ago. But
right.
I keep coming back to the versatility of it and just the access.
It's amazing.
Because like ever since I started doing this whole DAWless thing, I need the available voices. I need to be able to just not have anything like used so I can just jump on it. So it's like when I got a bass on the Moog, I got a weird thing going on the Proton. Okay, I can turn to the Peak. You know, so it's just like another outlet essentially. So, but that outlet is also very deep. And I still go to each synth for a specific thing. If I want bass, I go to the Moog. If I want a nice topper, I go to the Proton. If I want something rich, filled with like polyphony, obviously the Peak.
Right.
So, and those chord stabs that I stole your idea from, with just tuning the oscillators.
they sound better than the chords. I can't deny it. Like for stabs, at least. Not like obviously if you're trying to play chords and you want like a natural offset with the the notes or whatever. But for a stab, it just I feel like it blends the tonality together because they're oscillators and they're working in one voice like that. There's a natural blend of the notes together as opposed to having the attack, sustain, and decay of 3 different notes. I don't know. I feel like that's when you start kind of, I don't know, maybe it's more percussive, but different sound. I feel like it's smoother or something like that. I like it better now.
Well, I like,
especially analog.
Because as soon as you said that, I got the idea, and I was just like, well, it's nice that you can kind of throw off the tuning of like the minor note, that third. You know, you can kind of detune that, or the detune
and
that
then
7th, that 5th. Yeah. So you can kind of throw it off and make it dissonant within itself, which you can't when you're just playing one oscillator with 3 voices, and it's like yeah. I mean, the Peak is deep enough where you can go in and actually like play around with the internal detuning, like naturally. So it has that ability, but again, I'm not trying to menu dive in the middle of a jam, you know?
No, totally. Yeah.
In synth mode, welcome to Studio and Chill. We're interviewing and talking with Golden Paw.
What's good, bro?
Have you tried using an M8 tracker by any chance?
Ooh,
no, I haven't. I haven't gotten that binary with music yet. The closest I've ever came to binary music creation was trying out a pocket operator and using FL Studio.
I am a tracker user from back in the day. I started with the OG tracker, Polyend tracker, and I have the tracker mini.
The Polyend looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty inspiring.
It's amazing. And once you get the workflow down, you end up being so fast. The M8 even faster, because the way I didn't understand when I got the tracker mini, I was getting it over the M8 because I felt like, no, there aren't enough buttons. I like button per function. Like, I feel like this isn't going to be for me. But now I'm starting to learn how the shortcuts work on the M8, and it's incredible. And I have friends who are writing at so much faster of a frequency. Trackers don't let you leave the toilet. No, you're right.
Does that mean you make music on it? I'm glad the microphone kind of cut out there a little bit. God,
I mean, for me, I can take the tracker mini. I can take the tracker mini anywhere. So yeah, you get lost in the sauce. Maybe you sit in the toilet for a little too long. Yeah, I mean, I've been considering either seeing if somebody wants to trade me for my tracker mini for an M8, or just selling the tracker mini and buying because I know there's an MK2 M8 that's supposed to be nicer too, That thing is built like a tank, and I love the fact that they open source the operating system to the community. I think that's the smartest thing you can do as a company right now. So yeah, I'm all about that, and I'm over Polygon shit. Like honestly, like they they're always doing something that's creating some kind of bug. I don't know about that.
Call it the
Oh, and
polyend
cheers.
crapper.
The Polygon crapper. It yeah, unfortunately. Tracker Mini is a great machine. It's just there's always some bug. Right now it's the USB audio, and
Ooh.
anytime I try to record like a clip, like you know the beat that I'm working on or whatever to post on social media, it'll freeze if I try to like send the audio at USB into my phone. So that wasn't happening before I updated my tracker. So but this is like them. I went 6 months not being able to use my OG tracker because there was a bad update, and no matter what I did, it would emit this loud high-pitched squeal. So I kept trying to use it, like, but it was just like people have told me don't try to reach out to customer service because they most likely really won't respond to you. So I don't know. I just kind of let that thing go, but the Polyam tracker's workflow is so good that despite all the annoyances, I still have like 3 of their machines and still do get excited when new ones come out. I always feel like I have hope for them. And as far as jungle, since like I've been in jungles for a little while now, chopping breaks on a tracker is so much fun, bro, because you have like 3 or 4 slots, right? Mm-hmm. One is your instrument, which is your list of samples, just like on the Digitax. So you can parameter lock essentially, or just change to a different break. So you can go through, just like switch the break for like a whole bunch of the notes.
I wanted
so
to
you're
try
hopping back and forth.
Like,
you can do it on the Digitax. Digitax will totally let you do that.
Because I have that break, and then I have like the pretty normal one, which is just like the basic 4/4. You can follow the kick and the snare, but then it has those like those fill ones that I want to parameter to lock in there. So I want to do some more break stuff. But maybe I'll try a drum and bass improvised thing. But like, to me, dubstep and drum and bass, you have to take advantage of different sounds or different channels. I could probably do that with the parameter locks, but I feel like house and techno is that sweet spot where you just kind of stumble onto an idea and you can let it ride for like 5-10 minutes, and just like adjust and add things here and there. But I feel like with improvising drum and bass, it's going to be a lot more stagnant and not move as much to what you're used to. You know what I mean?
It's not going to be as easy. Yeah.
Because like, yeah, it's not even. I'm at 124. Let me get to 174.
Kristen, I saw what you were saying about the Nerdseek. That's a tracker that I've been dying to touch. And Art, what you were asking, the Tracker Mini, that does have synths in it. They're not that great though. Honestly, I was measuring them up to a Roland Ira series S1. It's supposed to be like an SH101 clone. That sounded better than the internal synths in the Tracker Mini, to give you an idea. Even just like a little tiny Roland synthesizer sounded way better than the built-in synths. So I'm sure that you can tweak them and get some good sounds out of it, but with the Tracker Mini, it's so difficult to sit there and try to tweak and do sound design. It doesn't even feel worth it. Like, very unintuitive, extremely unintuitive. So
yeah, the tracker workflow. Just it's very unique, and like I want to try it, but it's a very big dive financially for me to try something.
Yeah, and aside from the sound design, it's still amazing. It's just the sound design that sucks. Like, this is their first series of synth engines, as far as I know. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. That Polyan synth they came out with, that does look interesting, but it has one audio output. It's supposed to be
Mm,
3 synths in one machine, but it only has one audio output. They do things like this that are incredibly limited, like the Polyan Play. Once again, there's just one audio output tracker, one audio output. Like there's space on there too. It's not like there's no space for it. I feel like they could do like at least give people like me maybe like 4 stereo outs, like just through 1/8 inch with splitters.
every piece
Like
of
they're
gear
doing.
I own has a gripe.
Yeah,
One of my
I
main
think M8 has
gripes,
great intentions. Nice.
yeah, like the only I wish that the Digitact was able to queue out the channels, so you can set like you have 3 and 4 active, but you want to monitor number 6. You can have your headphone connected to the output on the headphone jack, and then just be able to
See,
monitor that before it hits the main.
this is why people love the Octatrack. There's a queue out. So you can send things to the queue out, and anytime you want to hear something through the queue and not through your stereo outputs, you have the option to do that.
I like that is one thing that I've researched endlessly on every single Elektron device has been released. Like after I got the Digitact 1, but like every single one has the same signal from the main, out to the headphone as well. So the only sort of monitoring I get to do is per channel on the mixer, but then that's 8 channels, sometimes 16 from the Digitact. So it's just like, oh,
Yeah, that Digitex doing work because isn't it? It's sequencing the Moog and the peak, right?
yeah. But then if I have another big thing I do, if I just want sub bass to not complicate things, I'll just use a single cycle waveform. Even the
I mean, they sound so good. They
Oh,
sound like
yeah.
analog basses.
Like I just need them to punch in the sub bass, and they do exactly that. And same with like the Sawtooth single cycle, you can get some nasty acid off of that.
Oh, absolutely.
And like now that
Absolutely.
the Digitact 2 has the portamento, so you can fade or portamento. You can just pitch. You can. Why am I blanking on that? Yeah, portamento. You guys know what portamento is. Yeah, you can get those like glides from note to note. That's what I'm going for.
And being able to lock portamento, lock like literally not just lock portamento, but even the speed of the portamento. Like you can't beat that sequencer. It's just I've thought about the Oxy One recently, especially now that I'm going to be using like 3 boxes at the same time, like on a more regular basis. The rhythm is going to be my drum machine, like steady. I decided I kind of want to just designate that as a drum machine. And if I'm going to play a gig and I don't want to deal with the possibility of losing it, I'll just take a Digitact.
Yeah, like
that's always the backup solution.
I've kind of been contemplating, like the only thing that the Roland is doing the most for me right now is processing that sidechain and all the global effects, because like sometimes I'll be cycling through like the bass drum I'm using, for example, is the instrument. It's the EDM 909 kick 1, so it's not even like a raw 909. It's not an 808. I'm not necessarily using too much of like the Roland sounds per se to really justify having a TR8S, but then it just serves its function with the ability to process that external audio. So that's what's really solidifying it in here. So yeah, like I haven't tried an analog rhythm, but like I just remember the punch that came out of that drum boot impact with that analog kick and the snare and everything. I was like,
it's so hard to go back to samples after working with an analog drum machine. Like that punch is so deep that you load up a sample and it's very, very, I don't know, for me it's a hard thing. Like I have a hard time letting go of that because techno, the heart of techno is that analog punch. Like,
oh yeah.
Have you ever heard of this module, Christian? I'm sure you've heard of this. It's called the battering ram. It's literally called the battering ram.
I don't know.
I'm blanking on the name of the company that makes it, but they've perfected the techno kick. It's literally the perfect techno kick, and you get within the module, I think you get 2 with independent sequences. It does like Euclidean sequences, like crazy shit. Like it made me want to build like a small Shockmot. Thank you, bro. Yeah, Shockmot, and it made me want to build a small Euro rack just for drums because it just sounds
insane.
so good.
Like I'm lucky
right?
that I can get like analog kick flavors out of the Edge, you know, but yeah, it's not dedicated. It's not made to be a kick drum, you know, it's made to just be like a weird percussive thing.
But when it blends with the TR8S, it actually fattens up the low end in the TR8S.
As long as it's not phasing against it. That's one thing I can't monitor too much is the phase, which is why that bass focus is such a good tool, because it will just automatically put everything below a certain frequency into that mono bass range, which is nice. But yeah, like when I was making music in Ableton a bunch, for like even Number One Underground, like I was very, very conscious about the bass phase and making sure everything was hitting properly there. I can't do that live. I don't have that monitoring and that feedback, but I hope it's all translating well.
I mean, your kick always sounds solid. I had no idea what that kid was talking about the other day, because I would definitely be like, yo dog, low key, maybe you could beef it up a little in a friendly way, but no, that kid just like
I was trying to go, because like here's the kick that I always use coming through the stream right now, because there's nothing I can do for the kick on its own. I can maybe go into the instrument. Let's see here. Tune, no. Decay, no. Chorus, tune, no. Spread. That's when it gets chorusy. I increase the spread, and the spread was at 0, so I can go negative spread.
The Joe Mox mod bass. Joe Mox is amazing. I've heard about the Bohm Kick module too. Yeah, that's amazing. Oof. But Joe Mox mod bass, that is a beast of a drum machine.
I just got hardstyle unlocked here.
Rhythm MK2 with 18-inch subs sounds amazing. Oof. Oh man, that sounds good.
I don't know if you have the stream running on your TV still, but I just...
Oh, Art, the battering ram it's a Eurorack module, so you have to have a case for that. But you can send MIDI clock to the case.
I want to start it like...
actually.
Yeah. I almost got a MIDI or a Eurorack setup, but I got the Peak instead.
Eurorack's dangerous, man. It becomes an addiction really, really fast. It's sick. I'm not gonna lie, especially for atonal techno, which is something that I really, really, really love these days. But the investment is so high. Like I remember I was asking one of my friends, I was like, "You think I could build a case for like maybe like I don't know, like $1,500?" And he was like, "You're kidding me, right?"
The case is that much.
Yeah. I was like, "But what about this case?
Forget about it."
Oh, I found an IntelliGel case for like $250. So I was thinking, oh, okay, $250 for the case, you know, and it came with everything you needed. But he was like, no. But tip of the iceberg, bro. He's like, most of the modules cost twice that. And I was just like, I'm not ready.
Man, it was so funny. Like I was building a rack. I had the case picked out. I had a few entry level, you know, VCAs, oscillators, filters ready to go into this little setup. And the longest time for one of these shipments on one of the modules was from IntelliGel. And IntelliGel is Canadian. First of all, the guy, his name is Daniel, but it's Danjel. Danielle, like very European. So yeah, that's where IntelliGel came from, the gel of his name. But anyways, I was wondering where my order was, and normally whenever like a customer asks like where their order was, we just call the number on the supplier page on our thing, and like we were able to just phone them. So I called IntelliGel to see where my order was, and it was just the guy who runs IntelliGel, the guy who started IntelliGel. It's just his cell phone number. So I phoned him. He's literally gassing up his car in Vancouver. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Where's my order?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, we're behind production on that right now." I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, because I heard all this background noise. Like, I'm on my way to a dinner right now. I'm just gassing up my car. I'm like, what the hell? It's so funny. I was just talking to the guy that runs IntelliGel, that started it. I'm just like, oh, okay. So I canceled my order because it was like, it's kind of during COVID, I think it was around then. So nothing was really moving. So I was just like, you know what? There's a Peak sitting right there. It's got ample modulation. I'll just buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was the same budget. I had like the order I had for that whole setup. Like the case arrived, a few modules. I was stoked. But then some of the other stuff I really needed to, like, it wouldn't make sense putting it together without these modules. I can't remember what they were, though. But then I was like, you know what? Send it all back. I'll just get the Peak.
Yeah, the Peak's got enough routing, man. The routing in there is extremely
And even then,
deep.
I
know there's a lot
routing.
of menu diving. There's a lot of menu diving I've heard to get to said routing, but when you do mess with it, like when you build the muscle memory to just move through the menus, apparently it's very worth it.
I've had it for like almost 4-ish years, and yeah, still like it's got enough on the knob per function side of things to stay satisfied. But yeah, like I just know there's so much behind the curtain that I have yet to like tap into, and I feel so guilty.
As long as you're getting a dope sound out of it, that's all that matters. You're definitely getting dope sounds out of it. I've heard you get bass lines out of it, synth parts. Like
it's
very
again, the one I have going
versatile.
right now is the wait like 10 seconds to hit YouTube.
Sorry about the background noise. I apologize.
And yeah, the onboard effects. Like I'm actually looking at like an effect rack to complement some of this stuff. So, was there more
what are you looking
groceries? I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Step outside to hit my vape real quick.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I've been looking at just like some rack modules. Like there's some Elisa stuff. There's some Roland stuff. There's this and that. But like I just need something for like the Moog and the Proton that I can kind of have on its own little send. Because everything else has its own built-in effects. But like I'll be running the Proton, and I'm like, because it's not doing bass, it's doing some upper end stuff. I need some chorus, I need some delay, I just need some of that. And like I could get that off the mixer, but you can't quantize the delay, and you can't really fine-tune the reverb and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of effects modules out right now. Like that's ever since what was it called? Something Cosm. I can't remember the name of it, but it was this effects processor that kind of started the trend. There are a ton of boxes out there right now that are great effects processors, and some of them are fairly priced. So I would definitely just like kind of just dig into the world of it and like check out what's available, because I try not to look at this stuff, because all of the Elektron gear has the ability to send audio out and then back in, which means I can have like a whole string of pedals attached. Like I have enough gas to deal with, bro. Like I've gotten better about it, but I've got a Tonverk and a Digitone too, and those things like just came out.
Can
like
help with everything I'm talking about right now. But like because
totally.
like I feel like I'm just a little bit dry in the signal right now. I just need a little bit more sprinkle, for lack of a better word. I like sometimes it's nice having the reverb and all that on the TR8S, but then like that's affecting everything instead of just
That's
like
true.
the Moog. And like I thought about even getting a chain going where it's like only the Moog and some synths are going through the heat and everything else is just going through the FMR, but then I don't get that grit from the distortion. So I'm just like, I need to get like a heat per synth. Nah, you know, like.
I mean, you could start because you've got the patch bay there already now.
Yeah.
So you could start moving towards having a mixer with a couple of effect sends, and then having a rack for reverb, a rack for delay, and just having them as sends on your mixer, like you would have them as sends on your machine. So that's a possibility.
Yeah, that is
but
true.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to get into that, like with racks and everything, it does make sense to do. I know people get incredible sound. Like rack mount effects is, to a new level.
I would get an effect chain per instrument. Like Christian Doming just said, Big Sky on a Moog always works. Any twin reverb. But like
amazing.
You have to be very picky choosy with like what kind of guitar-esque pedals you're putting on your synths, because a lot of them have those cutoffs where it's like if it's a guitar pedal, it's not going to process much below like 30 hertz, you know? So if you're using it for bass, like a delay, like a rumble, you want to make sure you're getting something that can at least process those oh my goodness, this beer. Very carbonated. PBR, everybody. Go grab a PBR.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm trying to be the Shane Gillis of PBR in music. He's got the Bud Light.
PBR is good stuff, man. I've been drinking it since I was a kid. I'm 41. I'm still drinking it when I do.
Damn, yeah, no, it's just an easy going. It just chills me out. I don't know if you guys ever seen Fubar, the movie.
No.
It's a Canadian classic. It was filmed in Calgary, just 2.5 hours south of where I'm from, and like it's a Canadian cult classic, and they drank Pilsner. That brand. That was their thing in the yeah. So like I started drinking that for a while, and then I moved to PBR. I can't remember why, but yeah, then it just became a staple on the show. I just started drinking it. People are pointing it out. I'm like, okay, I'm sick with PBR. I tried. There's a few early funk days, if you guys go check it out, where I'm rocking a rum and coke, and it just didn't feel right. So, if you guys have any more beer suggestions, this could be a thing. Where you guys are from, if you guys know a local brewery or a buddy who brews, send me some booze and I'll drink it live on the show on the Funk Days, and we'll try it out. $1 PBRs. Where the hell are you from, Christian? I'm paying at least $1.50, $1.60 for my PBRs. This 48 pack, or 48, geez, I'm not that tax bracket, but 24 cans costed me 44 Canadian with tax.
Oh man, I've been wanting to mess with the Torso S4 for a minute. Oof. Yeah, PBR ain't cheap anymore.
Nothing's cheap anymore.
We had $1 PBRs here. I remember those days.
Man, I remember I was in Bakersfield.
You're in Miami.
Yo, DJ Sunset, bleep bloop bloop. DJ Sunset has arrived. Yeah, let me get my let me get my bow down here, DJ Sunset. Oh my God, welcome. We've been talking about you, buddy. in good terms, believe me. We definitely appreciate your energy around here. But yeah, man, like what was I gonna say?
Dive Bar is just like what, like the corner, Christian? Corner? That place
DJ Sunset, you want to hop on the call? You want to come roast the setup or what?
It's about that time.
DJ Sunset, go into the description and add the Funktuate Discord there. I dare you, buddy. Add me as a friend while you're at it. Add me, please. Oh my God, we got somebody's gonna be hitting the Gwitty. Yeah, it's on this. Go check the description to the stream. I have the link there, buddy. I want to hear what this kid sounds like.
Law of the Corner. Yep.
We'll add him to the call.
The
But fuck, what were we talking about? PBR.
Absolute legend.
I had something to add there. It might not be important, but you did already. DJ Sunset. Yeah, you're right here, buddy. Let me. Okay, yeah, I see that. Add friends to the DM. Let's go, not Doctor. Let's go DJ Sunset. Wait. Can I add to the call?
I think you can add to the call.
Add friends. DJ Sunset.
Funk. What's good, Funk?
Hey, not too much. What are you supposed to be studying?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I gotta be super quiet. I'm supposed to be studying, but anyway, yeah. What are y'all up to? Wait, can they hear me on the stream?
Yeah, they can hear you on the stream. You're live on Studio and Chill on a Wednesday. What's up, buddy?
Well, I am live on the studio chill.
Too much. What are you supposed to be studying?
I'm studying for the biology test, Funk.
Biology.
For a biology test, buddy.
That's awesome. I remember biology. Where did this guy go? We gotta add. Whoa. Where did Golden Paw go?
Yeah, I probably have a bunch of mic feedback right now.
Yeah, you gotta mute the chat or the stream. That's the only caveat around here.
I remember biology.
Okay, guys, DJ Sunset's a young, aspiring music connoisseur, DJ, producer. He reminds me a lot about myself when I was that age and into EDM. You got to turn down the stream on your end, DJ Sunset.
Wait, I gotta turn down the stream? Okay, that's why.
Yeah, because like I'm hearing technically what's coming through you, and then gets piped into the stream. So.
Okay, yeah, I muted the stream. I just paused the stream.
Invite friends. Okay, Golden Paw.
Yeah, you should get a push 3, Funk.
A push 3. I want to, like, I get the appeal. But is it really going to be serving much purpose over what I have right now for the money? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a point. You got a fair point. Yeah.
Because yeah,
I mean,
like I can hit all those
the
bases.
push 3, the OPXY, and the OP1 field. So I'm all about hardware.
Golden Paw, I'm trying to add you back, buddy. Don't worry. He's in the YouTube chats just saying, how do I? DJ Sunset. It says you're in the call. It says you're in the call right now, Golden Paw, because I keep trying to add you, but it won't let me because it says you're already in the call.
What's up, Christian Doming? I feel like a YouTuber now.
Yeah, you're live on the air, man. I'm trying to get the people who have been contributing for a while to actually have a voice here, because last week it kind of turned into a bit of a podcast. I started racing. I got Sono, Nico, and Art on, and then we just started talking about music, and somebody made a comment about how it sounded like a podcast. So I was like, okay, I might piggyback this.
Yo, Christian, what setup do you got with push 3? I'm actually about to expand to 8-at with my push because I need 8 input expansion to do multi-tracking since the Zoom L6 can't do multi-tracking.
Oh, there we go. There's Golden Paw.
We started talking about music and stuff.
Okay.
Comment about how it sounded.
Yeah, you were in the call. I think you just needed to accept it.
I was in a different call from before. You left that call and you started a new one, but I found it.
Okay, good. Oh my goodness. I'm still learning how to navigate through this whole Discord thing.
No, I feel you, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot to navigate. Well, I'll tell you what. Look, the next Funk Day, I'll be in my studio. Can you start it at like 7? and then I can just like actually go in depth because I have to be in bed at like 9:30.
It
Well,
starts
actually,
at
you start at 8.
it starts at 8 your time, 7 my time. I was actually considering, what do you guys think about this? So cuz I work early the next day and I'm still trying to do like 4-hour funk days, but like lately I've just been losing out on productivity at work just cuz I'm like so dead. I chug these beers and I'm in bed at like 11. But yeah, if I started at 6, that would mean that a lot more of the Eastern folk would be able to get a little bit more of the funk day. They'll be able to hop on an hour earlier. So if I start
That's
at
true.
6 my time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and what would that be? That'd be 5 p.m. Eastern. What do you guys think about that? Because yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
have
would
the
work,
day
and then I
off,
can
so
come
I
on the
have
call and like
yeah.
really do a more in-depth conversation on all the stuff because I'm not even at my studio. My studio's downstairs. I have nothing but my computer up here.
Fair enough. And yeah, DJ Sunset, just out of curiosity, do you go when you view the live, are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on my Mac right now. Yes, I'm on my computer.
Okay. Piggybacking off a conversation I had before. So this guy on Instagram messaged me today. He's like, love your stuff. It's awesome. You're missing out on views because you're not going vertical on the streams and it's not hitting the shorts feed. If you went vertical, you'd be able to tap into the shorts feed, and he linked me to his channel and he's got like 1,200 views a stream. So I'm just curious because like right now I'm simultaneously doing vertical and horizontal because YouTube randomly gave me the option. So I'm trying it out, but I'm just seeing what you guys use because I don't want to go off format. But I might
I don't even
try
have a phone
a
that's
strict
capable of
vertical
viewing
stream
YouTube
tomorrow
Shorts.
just to see what the view is like.
Yeah. All right, yeah, sure, but yeah, I'm gonna have to head out, man. I'll probably keep talking in chat, but tomorrow on next Monday, I can do like more in depth if you're up for it. Show
Yeah,
the setup.
because I mean Mondays is for the funk day. If you want to chat, that's what I'm gonna do these nights for. But yeah, I might try to go live an hour earlier just so that more people can see it. That way
Yeah.
you can hang around for a
Do
little bit
you think you
longer.
can like share the Discord screen so I can turn on my camera and stuff, or no?
Like right now,
No, not now. No. Like on the next Funk Day.
I can't do it for the funk day because the funk day is the funk day. But like for
Oh wait, no, like
studio and
not the Funk
chill,
Day, the studio.
yeah,
Studio and chill, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's something I'm looking into. If you guys want to get into that, because like again, this is just the beginning. I'm looking at all these different angles and ideas that I can try. Because like I haven't reached out to many of you guys other than in the chats, so it's nice to be able to like bounce ideas back and forth in real time and actually talk to some of
Yeah.
y'all. Some of you guys seem really interesting. Like Christian Doming, you said you had Diplo coming to your studio. Like I definitely want to talk to you more about your background and like what got you to that level and stuff like that. I'm
I mean, I'm
definitely
14. I've been doing it for 3 years, so
interested.
I probably don't have the most experience, but I know a little bit of what I'm doing.
But we can still have you on and like tell you about what we went through and like we can tell you
Yeah.
stories. Cause like I was you, man. I was making music when I started when I was 12 or 13. My mom got me a computer to take notes in class. Then I downloaded Virtual DJ, and then I was like, this is not how you make music. This is how you mix music. Then I got FL Studio, and that's when I really started to like get into like production, got into more EDM listening. Then I researched Daft Punk, realized they went on tour for 2007, got super obsessed with that setup, realized it all ran around Ableton. Then that was like the whole entire like cave dive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I started because I saw a YouTube video of someone live looping with a MIDI controller, and I actually started making music with MPC beats, so it was really bad. And then I tried FL Studio for a week, and it was terrible. And then I actually made music with Ableton Live Lite for like 6 months,
me
and then
too.
Ableton Live Intro for another couple of months.
I bought
And I
live
got
intro.
I got sweet in March of this year, I think.
I torrented live for the longest time to get the suite, and it wasn't until COVID when I got my check, taking time off work, and I was like, "Hey, I'll buy Ableton."
Yeah, I got it for 400 for the student discount, so it was a lot easier.
Yeah, I had a few
Yeah, then
like codes
my
redeemed.
Discord friend sent me his push 3 that he doesn't use. I have a Discord friend who really teaches me everything that I know, and then I know some real people in real life. But yeah, he sent me his push 3 standalone, and then Teenage Engineering sponsored me and sent me the OPXY and OP1 field, and then I have the Mini Freak, the Calis, you know. Then I use PAs. I have actually 6 speakers in my room. I have 2 subwoofers, 2 PA speakers, and 2 studio monitors that are all on at one time.
That's pretty crazy. I actually had my subwoofer running for a short little bit when you guys were asking about it, and then I was pulling into my garage. I have a duplex home, which means that I share a wall, and the room I have the Funktuate studio in shares a wall with check. Oh, this microphone is on the last fucking leg. But I share a wall with the neighbors in the studio here, and I was pulling into my garage, and I was shutting it, and my neighbor comes out running, and he's like, wait. I'm like, whoa, what's up? He's like, man, you've been awesome, but like there's been some music and like some bass bleeding through the walls. I'm like, man, I am so sorry. It wasn't until I set up the lights, because the lights react best to the low frequencies. So I was really cranking up the bass. And he's like, yeah, it's happened like Wednesday nights. I'm like, and Thursday nights when I was like just experimenting with stuff. And then I'm like, I'm so sorry, bro. So I haven't been using the subwoofer since then. I've been more in the headphones lately to monitor the bass. Yeah. But
well,
yeah, it was just hilarious.
I gotta head out, man. But yeah, I'll be back next time. But I really gotta go, man.
Yeah, no worries, DJ Sunset. Nice hearing from you, man. Be there for Monday Funk Day, and yeah, next Wednesday we'll think about getting the video up there and all that kind of stuff.
See you, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Have a good night, dude.
See you.
Golden Paw, are you still there?
I'm here, bro.
You were just sitting out that whole time.
Hey, when people are talking, I let them talk.
That's all good.
No, it seemed like he had something to say, so I wanted to give him his chance.
Man, he is just one aspiring little DJ dude, you know? We were all there.
Yeah, man.
Like, I don't know, like, let me know how old you guys were when you guys got into all this music stuff, but like, I was in the box for so long, just learning about like the ins and outs of like just synthesis on VSTs. And then like, it wasn't until 2019, 2018-ish that I got my first hardware synthesizer. And then again, it's just downhill from there because it's so addicting.
Yeah. My first hardware synth, I think that was like 2005, maybe 2000. No. Before then.
That's crazy. I wanted one so bad because like I followed Daft Punk and Deadmau5 for so long. I knew in their Pyramid they had the Mini Moog. Deadmau5 has all his synths, but then like I was just jobless in like junior high school in like grade 7 and 8 and 9, and like I was like, how am I gonna get one of these? Holy! So I just had to wait.
It was a process. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't even the greatest thing in the world. It was just like the best deal I could find. I got a Chord Karma, which was interesting. A lot of very ambient sounds in there. Stuff I could use now, but not then. It really, I didn't know how to work machines back then. Like I was just using it from the perspective as a musician. So I was moving through presets and just trying to get what I could out of it.
As one does. I was also big on never using presets when using VSTs either. I was like ground up sound design.
Oh, with VSTs? Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to do some sound design when it comes to VSTs.
That's how I learned everything. Just the basics of synthesis, the dubstep. Like I'm still on and off with dubstep, but there was like a time when I was exclusively trying to produce like bro step rhythm bangers, and just the sound design that goes into that I got turned off by it because it turned into like a competition in the whole entire like realm of that genre, which is like who can just out sound design each other, and it was just like relentless.
Yeah, I can imagine what that feels like in the world of rhythm.
Yeah, and it's just like who can come up with the nastiest fill, the craziest syncopation, the craziest rhythm, combine that with like just dope drums, and it's just like, okay, like I have no potential to penetrate this market right now. Let's buy some hardware
No.
and start a YouTube channel.
I think that's a much better choice.
Honestly,
Not only
I
that,
love
but-
it. I love doing this, and the music is very satisfying, especially when you just land on a good idea. And yeah, I forget that I'm streaming sometimes. I'm just like, this beat is dope, and all the lights are going, and I'm just like, oh my god. I look up at the computer screen. I'm like, oh yeah. Raider de Floof, me listening to Unicorn on ketamine. Ah, ha ha ha. And the substance usage comes out as I'm ripping a dab pen.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, we'll have a quick cheers. Raider, everybody else in the chat who participates in the greenery, the Mary Jerry. Let's go. There's no fog machine on, but it's getting smoky in this room.
Same.
Gosh darn. Well, let me know what you guys think about the whole chatty portion of this this stream, because I definitely enjoyed chatting with you guys. Golden Paul has definitely come up with some pretty cool points, ideas, you know, stories and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely do enjoy this and connecting with y'all.
Always, yeah, man. This is what I love to do. I love to talk about this stuff and connect with people, talk about music. Like, I'm all about it.
I just love talking shop. I don't have any friends that understand anything. They're like, Elektron what? And all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm even at the point where I'm misspelling machine. I spell it with an S because I was involved with Native Instruments machine for so long, you know? So it's just like, this has totally engulfed my life. And it's nice to have you guys as, you know, I don't want to say an outlet, but just people who can relate. And you guys are awesome. You guys are all so nice and supportive. So thank you. And again, I'm going to go live tomorrow in this vertical format to see if I can scoop up some new viewers. But you guys are the OGs. I'm going to write all your guys' names down and make sure if I ever come to your city or can make it worth the while, I will definitely return the favor.
Oh, bro, now that I found out we have an underground techno scene, but by the way, Christian, I'll check your DM. Yeah, when you come down here, we got to go check this out, man. Like,
Definitely, man. And like, I'm trying to travel some more, and like, now that I know that I got homies around the world here, I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that opportunity and you know, connect with y'all. So yeah, I don't know if I have much in me now. I got to go to work tomorrow, so
I hear you, bro.
yeah, this has been awesome, guys. If you guys want to have a conversation, be sure to let me know. Again, I'm not trying to get any crazy trolling kind of stuff on. Even if you guys don't know anything about music, you just want to pick my brain. Keep it just music related, synth related. If you guys are curious, you know, anything related, let me know. But yeah, Christian Doming, I definitely want to hear some more of your side of your music journey. You said you had Diplo in the studio. That definitely sounds like something that people want to hear about potentially.
I know he's here in Florida, so that's really cool.
Yeah, even if like, yeah, if I can help connect other people in the same region and all that kind of stuff, that would be amazing. So Yeah, Christian, if you're down next week on Wednesday, let me know what's going on. I just got your DM on Instagram there, so we'll keep in touch. But same time next week, let me know if you are down. And same with anybody who wants a spot here chatting. Not all chats might not last 2 hours. If you guys have good substance, it can definitely and will last 2 hours. So thank you, Golden Paw, for
Amen.
being a great guest
Anytime.
and a great friend. Thank you
Anytime.
so much, buddy. And yeah, it's a long time due, but I'm gonna try to come down to Miami and we're gonna go to Universal Studios to ride the Velocicoaster.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely, bro. So down.
We'll
so
see if we
down.
can sneak a recorder in there and take a bunch of samples from all the rides and people screaming and shit. That'd be fun.
I mean, people don't notice if you're using voice memo on your phone.
I
you know?
honestly forgot about the power that everybody has in their pocket. Like Skrillex has recorded
Exactly.
vocals and used them on Grammy nominated music. You know what I mean? It's just like the world is very tangible and it's in your backyard and pocket. So take advantage of it, y'all.
Totally.
And yeah, Christian Doming. Christian was one of, or Diplo was one of many. Goodness gracious, I can't wait to hear about the many more.
Nice. That's really cool.
You need to do Discord hangouts off stream. Yes, Raider. I think this will be the beginning of the fruition of the catering to the Discord community here. So, let's put a marker in this, and this has been a very positive way to kick this off. So, I might dedicate this to a different day eventually. We'll see, and keep the studio and chill just a little bit more like Funktuate centric. But yeah, I'll do like chatty Kathy Thursdays or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this has definitely been a cool way to get down with y'all. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna put a marker in it there, and again, I'm gonna be live tomorrow trying out this whole vertical streaming thing with a different camera angle, so you guys can see more synths and not just a sliver of what's going on around here. So stay tuned, subscribe if you guys haven't. I'm at 699 as of right now. I'm checking, and we're at 699. So if anyone wants to break the 700 marker, you can be that person. So don't be scared. We're all cool. But yeah, you guys all take care. I'll see you guys on Monday for... I lied before. I said next week is 107. Next week is actually 108. We just did 107. So we're getting up there. Brandon Stewart, you're still in here, buddy? You haven't said anything. Are you just enjoying the synth talk? Are you going to buy a synth now? Let me know. Autism Musician is back again. But we're going to head out. Y'all have a good night. Take care.